Hello, everybody, and welcome to Piscataway, New Jersey, and Jersey Mike's Arena, where tonight we have Game 1 of our SimWorld U doubleheader here, where we have the LSU Tigers taking on the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. I'm B-Ron, and joining me tonight is Maestro, back again. The two of us are back here in Rutgers as well. Good to be here with you.
You paid a bill, Bill.
Somebody did. I hope so. My friend. Because last time we were here, we got to see Rutgers and Oklahoma play, and then things happened towards the end of it. I know broadcast telling you guys you had to finish the game here, just talking to ourselves.
Which I do that all the time, but I'm old and on medicine. Please don't catch what I got. All right, just saying.
What a block! That was the starting game wheel of the team young. We got that one and sent that thing back. And there's a foul on Captain Carney and Goodyear's face water at the line for the Tigers. And let's take a quick look here at the lineup for this game. Well, the Tigers. Point guard is face water here at the line. You see him here. Shooting guard is Mike Hornsby. The small forward is Gerard Van Peet. And the power forward is Patricia Ramirez. And the center for the Tigers is Akeem Young. For the Scarlet Knights at point guard, Cedric Candlin. At shooting guard, Kamarian Goodyear. He's going to take a foul there on Spotter. Small forward, Dylan Harper. Power forward, Damarian Mitchell. And at center, Jermaine Owens. This Rutgers team was very, very good defensively. They have, in my opinion, one of the more elite defenses, player-wise, in SimWorld U.
Completely agree. And you know what? Defense travels 1,000% anywhere in the known and unknown universe. The idea what Rutgers can do, we've seen them do it firsthand, right? We see how they get right into the belt buckles of their opponents, and they make sure everything is difficult. And when you do that, you allow yourself a certain amount of freedom. And oh, by the way, LSU is going to find themselves fighting, get away from them tonight, because we really know that LSU is near the bottom of SimWorld U in points scored per game. So going up against a team that is elite on ball defense is going to be a major challenge.
This Tigers team has struggled so far this season, and they're currently in the midst of a 3-game losing streak. They're 4-9 on the season so far. They lost their last game to Indiana, 71-64, back on November 26th. So they're hoping to bounce back and snap that 3-game losing streak that they're on. Rutgers, on the other hand, has a modest 2-game win streak, and they're 2-1 on their young season. They haven't played many games the Tigers had so far.
In my opinion, what LSU need to do is not that. They have two basically 7-footers in Mia Baptiste and Akeem Young. You brought that up earlier. And all that, and I shouldn't say all that because Jermaine Owens can get his business done and handle his stuff at 6'11" for Rutgers. They need to twin tower down low in the post and take advantage of their height and what they have going on, because right now, guess what? Boom, nothing's working. You need to find a way to reset what you're doing in a manner that will allow you to be dominant. And if that's what you have right now, then you kind of need to use it. You know, maybe someone needs to let go of their ego a little bit and let their players play. Maybe
Rutgers comes out here and they're, I mentioned the defense earlier, really good on-ball defenders and right to the basket. Cedric Candlin. But Rutgers plays, yes, absolutely. Rutgers plays really good defense, and their in particular brand is on-ball physical defense.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, LSU is more of a zone defense. They play a 3-2 zone. So a contrast styles there. And speaking of the Tigers, Maestro, we had some big news over the weekend. The number 2 prep player in basketball, Kai Killen, plays for prep. He has decommitted from the Tigers. He was supposed to play for them this coming season.
Right.
Had a verbal commit, decommitted from them, and he said that right now the Tigers aren't even on his list anymore. And that's huge for a guy like him.
Well, me doing the prep thing, between talking dirty and my dirty shorts, talk about the prep players and talk about what's going on and then scouting them all, and especially scouting a player and a person like Kai is easy. So I want to get a full disclosure thing out the way. I don't have a personal relationship with Kai as much as I like his game. I kind of stay away from that with the players, even though we joke around and stuff like that, so I have no inside baseball to say. However, what I know of him, he's very cerebral. He's very thoughtful. That's why I nicknamed him the CIA. He wants to know everything. He always wants information. And that's what has made him, only in part, because everything else comes from his heart and how hard he worked, the player that he is, right? So for him to not only decommit, make the statement of decommit and be so strong about it, I know that's not something that was rush of the moment. I just felt like it because I had a bad chocolate shake today. He really thought about it, and it means something. And at some point, if he decides to let his feelings on, I'm sure we'll find out. But it just shows you how seriously he takes this next step of his career as he moves on to SimWorld U. Because whoever gets him, they're going to be super, super lucky to get that player, not just as a player, but also as a person that he is.
Yeah, number of teams are in the mix for showings, and one of them is Alabama, as this would have been a jump ball. Instead, Owens just on the line here, thanks to the tie-up, so they're going to call out of bounds instead. That was a very smart decision there, Maestro, to do that right there.
Yes, absolutely. You want to take advantage of every single moment you can. And oh, by the way, heady play is equally as powerful as great athletic play, right? So if you win with your mind, with the alley, almost the Uber kind of got intercepted by the FBI there.
Yeah, Jermaine Owens went up and picked that thing off like a safety.
And that's what I'm talking about. You have a player of his size, even though he has two bigs on the other side, he totally takes care of that size advantage that he had as you saw him back down the smaller player. I believe that was Patricio Ramirez. Am I correct with that?
Jermaine Owens scored that one there.
Yeah, but I mean in terms of
the defender.
Yeah, the defender. In terms of who he backed down, he recognized the height advantage and took advantage of it. And that's what kind of player he is, and that's what I mean when I say he will make that easy all night long if LSU doesn't figure out a way to get a big on him.
Absolutely, my friend. Absolutely. Right now, Tigers up 3. Rutgers shot clock down to 5. Parker in the corner. Tie ball game. They did not say that was a 3. 1-2. 9-8.
No ghost threes here.
No ghost threes here, yeah.
Never letting that go. I'm sorry.
Never. I understand. No, it's fine. Look, we talk about it forever. Never.
If you know, you know.
Yeah, here's Ramirez looking at the post. No basket, but Jermaine Owens does get hit with the foul. Patricio Ramirez and goes to the free throw line for the first time in this one. And on the season so far, Ramirez shooting 41% from the free throw line.
And I apologize. I need to self-correct. The player that Jermaine Owens backed down was Mike Hornsby. So, thank you to people in the truck for yelling that out at me and making sure I'm straight. I love the people in the truck. Everybody gets involved. You got all these voices in our head, man. It's awesome.
All of them, right? And it's the one time you can have a voice in your head, Maestro, and not be considered crazy.
Yeah, well, speak for yourself, but I've learned to tell the difference between the voices from the truck and the voices that kind of visit me every other minute or so, and I'm not going to touch the bank. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That was another voice in my head about the bank thing later. And don't tell B-Ron because he can't get in trouble anymore, whatever that means. They like you, I guess.
That's a limitation, my friend. As Ramirez does get 1 of 2 in the line there. Maestro, you spoke about LSU earlier. What about Rutgers? What are your keys for them for tonight's game against the Tigers?
Just to speak directly, I'm going to say it this way, and I'm going to make somebody upset, I know, because it's not going to sound super cool. But I'm not super cool, so here we go. Rutgers need to play their game. Strong on-ball defense, be very forceful. We know how LSU struggles with scoring, and look at that. And they're a team that will make you struggle. So you have a struggling team. Rutgers knows that. You know that their coach, Steve Pickle, already pointed that out to them, and they naturally make a team struggle. If they do that tonight, we know that they can put up enough points now. They've shown us they can do that already with the power outage game, that they can actually hang and make it a thing, regardless of the advantages that LSU is supposed to have. So if they remain true to themselves, I think they have a really good chance here to make some serious trouble for LSU.
I think that this is one of those games where, yeah, Rutgers just has to not play down, we'll say. Because, LSU is struggling this season, but it doesn't mean that you can't get beat.
Right. Play to the standard. That's what good coaches always tell you. It doesn't matter who's on the other side. If you play to your standard, sometimes you're going to win by 90, sometimes you're going to win by 9, but you'll still win because you play to your standard as long as your standard is the best that you have and great.
Exactly. And here's Glenn Harper matches with Ramirez. It's iron draws contact. Does foul as well. So now Harper has a chance to tie the game up here. As you gotta go look there at head coach Matt McMahon, the Tigers there. McMahon in his career, 186 and 113, not 20 years as a head coach. Runs that high post 2-3 zone style of offense and defense.
Okay, B-Ron, I know I said I'm going to do this to you tonight, but I think I will, so I'm going to apologize early, and apologize to all our listeners everywhere, in all our streams, Instagram, YouTube. Everybody want to thank you guys for hanging with us tonight. Facebook, MySpace, Chalkboard, Hieroglyphics, everybody's hanging out with us tonight. And the regular internet too, the one where you have to use the dial-up thing. Here's the thing. Oh, what a great move into the post there. Strong move, way to finish tight. When you get an opportunity to coach at an institution, it's more than building a legacy for yourself as a coach. Think about all the people he's come in contact with recruiting and taught and worked with over the years. And that's what brings a legacy like that, because when you look around this gym, no matter what Rutgers records is, what are we seeing? A full house of really engaged fans wearing the Rutgers colors, shouting the Rutgers name. Rutgers football team is strong now. Now their basketball team is strong. It's coming across the women's sports too. And you can
Oh my goodness! Over Dylan Harper?
I'm sorry. Wait. 911. Yeah, I like to report an accident.
Absolutely disgusting. I see a truck coming out there.
Exactly. Oh, goodness gracious.
Man.
But this is the community that we're talking about. It's something you brought up in our last broadcast, talking about how you get a chance at certain institutions. It's more than just coaching basketball. It's always more than just coaching basketball, but it's always coaching people and helping grow. And it's happening here. It's beautiful to see it work for all these years.
And there was a nifty move there, and John was dropped that piece. That was Mike Hornsby on that last emphatic dunk over Dylan Harper. Now Chandlin is inside to Harper, and Harper finishing there. 2-point game.
I love his willingness to be inside. Doesn't matter who's guarding him, doesn't matter who's there. He's at that right height at 6'6", that he can have that inside presence and going to let that, his afro probably weighs about 47 pounds, but it doesn't stop him from getting off the ground.
No, sure doesn't. And we're seeing Harper play more of the three here at SimWorld, whereas he was more prep within his stripes, and all throughout his high school career in general, he was playing more of the point guard, shooting guard role there, more of a primary ball handler. Well, I'll hold that ball for our first break of the night. We'll come back. We'll talk about it after.
Look, it's 3-time slam dunk champion Nate Robinson. See what you got.
See, kids, if you eat your broccoli and do your homework, you could be a superstar just like me.
Introducing the Tech Mini Hoop, the world's strongest portable hoop. Attach it to any door and instantly become a superstar, just like Nate Robinson.
Come on now.
Welcome back, everyone. 1914 LSU out in front here, almost halfway through this first half of play here. And I spoke about it before we went to break, Maestro, but Dylan Harper in SimWorld U now is playing more of the small forward of the 3 role here, whereas in SimWorld Prep, what they described, and Darius Heisbooker in general, he was more of the primary ball handler, more of a point guard, shooting guard kind of role. How does that position change or height difference that he has now impact his development, do you think? Because I'm sorry, it's one thing, Maestro, to be at one spot your whole life and play the position, but it's basketball, and we know we're in an era of this is basketball. So it really matters.
So here's the thing. His athleticism, it really doesn't matter. He still has the ball in his hand. He still doesn't do what he's able to do. But I think moving him from the primary ball handler, so to speak, to being one of the secondary or tertiary ball handlers allows Rutgers to take advantage of his true athleticism. Let's face it, back in SimWorld Prep, he was the best, if not one of the best, athletes on his team. So why not put the ball in his hands, right? Here, you can take advantage of athleticism. You have other people who can strength our ball handle, and he can be more free to attack, slash, and cut. And we see, I think because of that, he's able to use more of his toolbox. Therefore, he's able to grow more.
It'll be interesting to see how he grows. I'm sure he'll be in that top 5 lottery pick, top 10 range once he's eligible to be drafted here and SWU in the next couple of seasons or so. The Cuddy Zoe here at the line for the Scarlet Knights, his first time there in this one. Does get the first free throw to fall, and that's a good sign for him because he, coming into the game, is shooting 40% from the line.
But
he is a freshman. Keep all that in mind.
Well, LSU is finding their way, shooting over 70% right here in the game here tonight, and with the efficient scoring of Jay Slaughter, 8 minutes, 8 points, it just shows you that LSU is taking every advantage that they can with that shooting percentage, because this is not their game, but they're able to make it work right now. Whereas Rutgers on the other side shooting barely, almost 43% for the game. So obviously the buckets are not falling as they hoped they would, but we know that Rutgers has the ability to turn that around on both sides, both defensively and offensively.
Yeah, far cry from last time out. It seemed like both them and Oklahoma were scoring kind of whatever they wanted to, pretty much. There's plenty of time for things to turn around, though, Maestro.
Yes.
As though turnaround jumper there does not fall.
I heard they put chains on the generator, so that way when somebody goes out and steals everything in the parking lot here in Jersey, because that happens all the time, they won't steal the generator this time, so we should be able to finish the game.
It's more lockdown.
I'm sorry. I know, too soon. I'm my bad. Bad Maestro.
Hey, look, they got it on lockdown, man. And there's a steal lurking in the passing lane there. That's Orland Mock lurking. You tell him to do out of that. And there is another block there for the Tigers. That one, Mia Baptiste sending that one back.
How can you not like this kid's game? You know, a big that doesn't always play as a big, so to speak, but also brings that big energy when needed. You know, I mean, you call it, this is today's basketball. You know, it's not, you know, bigs don't play with their back to the goal all the time anymore. They have to be able to move around, otherwise there's really no fit for them almost in any of the modern offenses.
Yeah, right. They have to be able to move active, and Baptiste for sure was, and had nothing to say after that one. We know he's not willing to shy away from any kind of trash talk out there on the floor, Maestro. Talk about lining down here at the buzzer, pretty much. No good there. Great defense from the Tigers.
Very good defense. Really good to see. If they're going to add that to their structure, they're going to add that to their game tonight, I think we might start seeing them turn around that 3-game losing streak.
Yeah, they're going to need to, and they're very competitive SEC, Maestro. I know we're not in conference play yet, but with the strong team we've seen so far between Alabama, Mississippi State, South Carolina, Tennessee in some regards, I think that LSU is kind of on the outside looking in when we talk about conference play potentially.
Yes, I agree with you, and I have a question about that for you later, Big Man. Like the idea of conference play versus non-conference play, and with the fluidity of the game today, it used to be you could look at conferences and see certain styles, right? You could see this conference plays more particularly like this conference plays more particularly like that. You know, and go back to the days of the SEC versus the ACC. ACC was run and gun. The SEC, with the exception of Kentucky, used to be like, stand up, pound it down to the big man. But we're not seeing that anymore. We're seeing a lot of the game sort of being more fluid in all conferences. Do you really think conference play is different from conference to conference anymore, or are we living in a different world where it's just all about ball now and what you have in terms of matchups?
So I think that we are living in a different world, Michael, where it definitely is more about your matchup than how you play on the court. I do think the talent also plays a big part in that as well. As that three-pointer for Rutgers, that's Darian Weatherspoon in that one. He's only averaging 2 minutes a game, and those are his first points here of the season.
Well, look at that. So the Rutgers up by 1. What does that tell you? Listen to this crowd. You gotta love this, baby.
They are into it here. Into it, rightfully so. Second chance. That piece grabs zone rebound here. Second chance for the Tigers. They'll get it here. Shot clock down. There's just 3 seconds. Got to get it off. Three-pointer. So close. It's so far. But another shot at it. Baptiste can't get that one to go either. Tigers come empty. That's a rough possession there. But Rutgers responds with the 3-ball of their own. That was courtesy of Kamarian Goodyear.
Yes.
We're going to get a comment here from the Tigers. 25-21. Rutgers out in front. I want to thank everybody for joining us here tonight. We appreciate as always to watch wherever you decide to watch this. YouTube, if you're here on YouTube watching us, we're over on Instagram, on TikTok, LinkedIn, X, wherever you decide to watch us. Thank you very much. We appreciate you. And if you're on any of those places, and if it's your first time, consider joining Discord as well. If you like what you're hearing so far, get involved with joining Discord. We are a very active, very great community here in SimWorld Hoops. This is a totally free experience for everyone. We're providing the most top-notch communication, top-notch engagement, top-notch interactivity, all those things we think that you want in a sports role-play experience. We got it here in the SimWorld Sports Course. You want to be a part of the sports.tv class at SimWorld Hoops.
The only place where you can see the game, be the game. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. A 4-point Rutgers lead here as we get down to 6 minutes left here in the first half of play. Anything you're seeing from both sides so far that stuck out to you, either good or bad, negligible?
I'm going to say something. Lots of good here. Lots of hard on-ball defense from both sides. Lots of steals from unexpected places. Love this crowd. Lots of cool V-necks with the paisley prints. Lots of just lots of very stringent and very strong face-up play from both sides. And I'm telling you, I'm here for this every moment. We're gonna fight this like this all night. I didn't bring enough popcorn, boo.
We'll have to go get a refill at the halftime break now for sure. There's Akeem Young. That's the monitor of Tigers. Akeem Young is one of those guys who, when he committed here to LSU, was hoping him to really help the program and take that big step. But that hasn't happened just yet to them. Now again, Young, only a freshman. Mm-hmm. He is averaging 14.1 points per game. So it's not a surprise to see him play as well as he has so far, I think, to start the season. But the Tigers haven't had a lot of wins to show for it. Another strong block as Young grabs the board there as well.
Young is a team player, and he is openly willing to sort of defer to get his teammates in the game, and you gotta like that about him, right? What I would like to see him do on occasion is get a little selfish. Go on, We know he's strong. You know, he's a 2 7-footer. You know, he's done the weightlifting. You know, he's got that going for him, right? But I like to see him at certain points. He's a little selfish with his game. He just kind of push himself to the point where he's willing to get points for himself more. Because I think that the edging to that side of dominance for him is just going to make him that much stronger, and it will get that impact that you see for this team.
Good to see Jay Slaughter there, reaching in and getting the calls for it. Foul on Cedric Sandlin. I love, my bad, Michael. I had something to say. Had my tongue there, but it's fine. We're getting back to action here regardless. Harper with the ball. Pass to the corner. Sandlin with it. As his zone defense gives up a three-pointer. That does not go, though. Wide open look. Unable to hit him deep that time. Good job.
Yeah, we're you know, despite earning that wide open look, also turns into something else. And you know, what are we really able to see? You know, what we're able to see is that defense is going to make all the shots look really, really on the strain side, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And now Sandlin going to the free throw line here as they're both teams are actually in the bonus here, Mike Bro.
Already.
Sandlin, a senior on this Scarlet Knights squad, and so far perfect on the year from the line, and he stays that way. No broadcast curse after the first one. We got one more left though.
Yeah. So, you know, we actually see the deal here. This aggressive defense has led to a lot of fouls, right? And I think in terms of both of these coaches, I think on the LSU side, I think they're so busy trying to reshuffle the deck. I think the coach is going to live with that as long as it's positive aggression on the defensive side, because it shows that the team is trying to pull themselves into it. And we know Rutgers is very strong on ball defense, and they open themselves up for those sort of fouls. And with an athletic team like LSU, it's going to happen.
That's really Slaughter fires. That's a shot that goes, and I was going to say it was a good shot. It wasn't, but it's good because it went in the end of the day. Me and Rick talk about all the time. Just because it went in doesn't mean it's a first shot, right?
Yeah. Listen, you know the deal, right? But you ask a shooter, every shot goes in, no matter what happens.
Every shot goes in, and every shot looks good coming out off your hands, right?
Mm-hmm.
That one I couldn't say about me though. A 1-point lead here. The Scarlet Knights are down to 350. That's here in the first half of play. Slaughter being guarded by Sandlin. Slaughter goes and gets it, not rejected. And now they're gonna pull another one, and that one not even close. As a strong denial, this results in a block and a turnover. The Scarlet Knights.
Mike, words, difficult, nasty. There we go.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. That was also, yikes, moment there.
That was a great pass to the other team.
Just like he drew it up, right?
just like he drew it.
Threw it to his favorite piece of hardwood there on that side of the floor. As Goodyear fires a three, that one does not go. And that one gets sent back. Patricio Ramirez.
Patricio said not enough postage on. You ain't got enough postage on this package, boo.
Add a little more to it, and it might go through next time. That pass went through. Young gets his shot rejected by Jermaine Owens.
What's bigger than a block party? What's bigger than a block party? Because that's what we having right now, boo.
Oh, man, right? Everybody gets involved, it feels like. Ramirez with it. Back to Slaughter on the handoff. Little team looking around the perimeter here. It's Hornsby with it. Hornsby draws contact. Does not get the bucket. Hanlon picking up his first.
You realize we are already rocking statistically 6 blocks. It feels like a lot more because they're coming in spots where it looks like it's going to be an easy bucket. And I know some of them also translated from fouls. So look, there's a lot of ball slapping around here. That's all I'm gonna say. It's a good thing that my it's a good thing that my gray rolls are growing back because if I had a ball head, I'm afraid someone's coming here and slap me around the foot.
100% Maestro. You are not wrong about that. There is a lot of invitations being sent to the block party here so far in this one, man. As we got some subs here for Rutgers as we're all tied up at 29. It's a very low scoring first half of play here.
But it doesn't feel like it. It doesn't feel like it. It's so active. I mean, I know, okay, you and I are nerds, right? We love defense. We love defense. We love seeing a full game, not just scoring, but also press, on-ball D, and all this other stuff, right? So that sort of shapes, I'm going to speak for you. It shapes my view of a game. And I just find this more exciting than the game right now if it was 60 to 60.
And they're both they're both exciting in their own ways, Maestro. But I love a good defensive slugfest sort of thing. I will always lean towards that for sure. And as we mismatch, Harper wins the battle that time over Team Young. Unexpected there, but Harper with at least able to hang with the big boys. And that 3-pointer your battles in and out.
What did he do? He stayed in the opponent's belt buckle, kept his hands vertical, did not take the okie doke, did not fall for the banana in the tailpipe, and guess what? Made that shot difficult. And that's what you do when you're a small guarding a big down in the post. Don't do what you have to do, just be in the way and let them miss the shot on their own. Great defense again. I'm loving the defense, man. My goodness, I need to tie my shoes.
And the shot from Harper is good. Rutgers take the lead back as we are approaching the final minute of play here in the first half of play. Great shot there from Harper. Now LSU looking to respond here. They're swinging around Hornsby. Back over to Slaughter. Slaughter going inside through contact though.
Tough shot. Looked for the contact, wanted the contact, but still focused on scoring. Young players watch that. He didn't give up, waited for contact. He still tried to score the basketball. That's what you do. If the contacts come, that's just extra. Dylan Harper filling it. Look at that follow through. That is Jermaine Owens right on the money.
Nobody boxed him out, and that's what happened. Final 35 seconds here. And another interior score. This one, Mike Hornsby. Getting it done that time. Back and forth we go here to close the first half of play, Mike. 34-33. Look at that, Rutgers behind, but not anymore. Come on, Ian Goodyear. Giving the Scarlet Knights the lead right back. We talked about it earlier, Mike, 3 minutes ago. Scoring has picked up here to end the first half. Final possession of the half, likely for the Tigers here. They'll hold the final shot. Slaughter goes by, gets to the rim. No foul called. And that's going to end the first half right there.
Whoa!
That's 36-34. Rutgers out in front here, and they picked up towards the end of the first half. But overall, a very good defensive-minded game here, Mike.
Absolutely. Nearly every shot is contested. I love what I'm seeing from both sides. I'm just going to say this right now. LSU is doing what they need to do to be in the game. And that is what? They've decided to build their offense off the defense. And what a great team to do it against, right? You know, technically, even though your record might not be good, you know you have certain advantages over Rutgers. But guess what? Meet them where they are, right? And that's exactly what LSU is doing. Contesting every shot, trying to get to the rim. But what is Rutgers doing? Realizing that they do not have the complete, overwhelming height advantage, keeping the game big, making the shots count from deep. Kamari and Goodyear is getting it done like nobody's business, right? You know, right now he has 12 points in 13 minutes. He's just showing you that he can do what he needs to do for his team to keep them in it. It's going to be an interesting second half there, B-Ron.
It sure will. And we'll see it very soon, folks. Stay with us. Right back with it.
Playing jazz.
Playing jazz.
Smoothie.
Making smoothie.
Calendar.
No meetings today. Remember, tandläkare at 9:30.
Fire off.
Fire off.
Open door.
Door open.
Sånn, så skal vi sette en til.
Ja. Open door.
Wrong voice command.
Open door.
Wrong voice command.
Open door.
Repeat that.
Open door.
I didn't understand that.
Hey, open door.
Play on the floor.
Get on the floor. Open the door.
Wrong
Open the
voice
door.
command. Error.
Hey, there. With a rock. Open door. Open door.
Higher volume. Higher.
Heart made of stone, but you're breaking me down. Knew all along that you're making me drown in your loving, and there's nothing I can do but just keep wishing that my addiction will go away somehow. Never knew I could feel the way I do about you, like I'm losing control, and that ain't cool. That ain't cool. You can put me and I see you till the next time I see you. 'Cause I die without you. I can feel the way I do about you, like I'm losing control, and that ain't cool. You can put me and I see you till the next time I see you. 'Cause I die without you. My heart's not beating, and I'm not breathing. Wish I stopped needing you desperately. 'Cause I get weak in my knees, calling empty please. Emergency, you don't know how it's hurting me to be to the point where I can't function straight. I'm on 288 wishing I could see your face. That this must be love, 'cause the feeling's so strong. But how can it be love when I'm feeling so alone? I can feel the way I do about you, like I'm losing control, and that ain't cool. So you can put me and I see you next time I see you. 'Cause I die without you. Never knew I could feel the way I do about you, like I'm losing control, and that ain't cool. You can put me and I see you till the next time I see you. 'Cause I die without you. Never knew I could feel the way I do. Never knew I could feel the way I do about you. Baby, never knew I could feel the way I do about you. Like I'm losing control, and that ain't cool. You can put me and I see you. So baby, you can put me and I see you.
Welcome back, everyone. Second half getting ready to start, and you know what that means. If you're new here, do me a favor, everybody for that matter, throw up those deuces, folks. It's time for the second half. 36-34. Rutgers out in front still. For how long, though, is the question. We'll see. We'll see, Maestro, what kind of changes need to be made for the Tigers to come away with the win here in the second half. Oh, hang on. Things like that. Patricio Ramirez getting involved, catching a lob from Mike Hornsby there. What a catch.
And oh, by the way, getting him athletic into the game like that is really good. We know that he was one of the dirty leaders when he was in the prep world. Jermaine Owens right now already rocking a dirty stat line from the first half. But Patricia Ramirez is one of those players that will fill up every part of the stat gap. We get those players moving along in support of your Joe Slaughter, who's leading the team with 14 points. Mike Hornsby following right behind him with 10. When we start getting those other guys scoring, LSU will need that because that will help them with their scoring because now they can balance it across the table. And so with such a good defensive team on the other side in Rutgers.
Absolutely. And Mike Hornsby, man, he's continuing to impress people tonight, especially with the way he's been in traffic, myself. As Jay Slaughter commits his third foul of the night, and we're not even 2 minutes in.
Yeah. Well, strong on ball defense, you're going to get that. You know, I tell you what, though, Mike Hornsby busts up with some more points. I'm going to bust out the whole sample that they use with the way it is. Oh, some things will never change. Come on, get with it. Come on, move with me, y'all. Come on, let's do it. I'm sorry, blacked out. I'm back. What are we talking about? Where we at? Where we going?
Watching that one not fall, but Rutgers, Kamarian Goodyear has been a real bright spot for them tonight. Team captain, sophomore team captain, and he's done his part tonight leading Rutgers in scoring and heading into the second half here, Maestro.
Such strong play. I love seeing teams finding a way to grow in not that great of a season, but what are they doing? They're managing to make this work. You gotta love it. You gotta love it.
There's another three-pointer. That one from Cody Zoe. And he gets that one to go. 42-40. Rutgers still out here in the lead. But Slaughter has ball again. He has 3 fouls already on him in the contest so far. Kicking the third about a minute or so ago. A screen to the rim, up and under. Can't quite finish it there. Was Gerard back here. Couldn't get it. Now Harper looking to score. Gets his shot sent back by Akeem Young. Second chance here. Sandlin for 3. No good. Second chance though. Jermaine Owens there on the glass. Getting it done.
My goodness gracious. Don't you bring your ice cream to a campfire. Get that out of here. But guess what? You stay with it all the way through. all the way through. You stay through. You get the points, right?
You're going to get more of those too from Mike Hornsby. That young man can fly.
That's just the way it is. Tell him, Mike. Come on. Go. Some things will never change. Get it.
That's the way it is, man. If Mike Hornsby is not flying through the air, I don't want it. I don't want it, clearly. Now Slaughter, ball in his hands, gives it over to Akeem Young. Has the mismatch, much smaller defender on him. Takes him, scores on Cuddy Zoe.
Strong move, backed him up, used his strength. That's how he made leverage that time. And it's hard to do that and get away with it. But he put Cuddy Zoe in a position where Cuddy Zoe had to do what? Basically got forced into a foul.
Well, yeah, had no choice but to foul, and that's one of those times you might hear some people say, if you're gonna foul, at least don't let him make the shot, right?
Right.
But then you run the risk of getting a flagrant on you, and then that's more problem. Personally, I'm not saying let him score either, but you know, be mindful. That's all. Be smart. Don't get an extra if you don't have to. You know what I mean?
There you go. That's the deal.
Harper wide open in the corner. Can't get it, but looking on the glass. Putting it up. Can't get it to go, though. Didn't go that time.
Nearly every shot is contested. Nearly every shot is contested, and when it's not contested, you can see the contestation working in the shooter's mind, and they're almost shooting as if they're being contested. So what does that tell you? The defense out here is real. Interesting shot.
Defense out here is real, and that three-pointer actually was real as well. Extend the lead for the Tigers to 4.
Did he shoot that with one hand? Did he shoot that with one hand?
Like it, honestly.
Where he was holding.
It sure looked like it. I mean, it could be really cool. Like they did, and now you hear the Bluebirds coming out here for Rutgers. Haven't heard those all night, but Akeem Young is going to give him more things to fool about, as he's been a problem to start the second half. for Rutgers defensively. And now a timeout for Charlotte Knights. They're going to take a break. We're going to take one ourselves. Come right back, folks. 50-44. LSU out in front. We'll be right back.
Zazu condoms. Fun, sexy, safe.
Do you have the mind of a coach? Are you willing to fight for your players? Can you handle it when things get heated? Can you manage your star player's ego? Can you handle the stress? Can you become a legend? The only place in the world where you can coach live in a virtual world. SimWorld Sports.
Welcome back, everyone. 50-44. LSU out in front on the Rutgers team. Both teams had a really good first half, but you've seen things kind of change here to start the second half. LSU working a lot more well on the interior, Maestro. The play of the two men in particular, really sparking it offensively. Well, both have the ball set now, really.
Yeah, using their size to their advantage. That's exactly what they're doing. Of course, their field goal percentage came back down to earth. At one point, they were shooting nearly 74%. Now they're back down to 48%. But guess what? Rutgers is only shooting at 36%, and barely that. What does that tell you? That defense is paying off, even though LSU scoring has come back down to earth. The difference in the amount of shots taken versus the amount of shots made is a huge difference. And the blueberries are because Rutgers are taking a lot of shots with no payback, and that's not their game.
Yeah, no, definitely not their game at all. And we're seeing what kind of difference that makes here, Maestro. And look, while y'all are here, Maestro, I want to take a minute and shout out to one of the lovely people watching us here on YouTube tonight.
Please, please, please. Davion Moore, you know what's up. You got to do what you got to do. I'm not going to say Kai Killen's name just because I don't feel like talking about Kai Killens, because Kai Killens is always out there, so I'm not saying his name. Beef Markham doing what he's got to do. Feel what you're doing. Biff, sorry, Biff. Didn't mean to get it right. You wearing a cardigan sweater. Tony Henderson getting it done. Hey, man, we see you guys out there. Cyrus. He studs. There you go. So fill it out. Guys, keep talking to us. We talking to you. That's why I was going down here tonight. Luke Novak. I'm sorry, say that for me again there. I got a name from the truck.
Yeah. Darius Carter.
Darius
Carter's in here. I see Coach Malachi King in here as well, Maestro.
Coach Drayton, Captain Timeout. I'm sorry, Captain Overtime in the house. Let's get it.
I also see a Coach Xavier Ali in here. Bunch of new faces in here, new names in here to recognize and get to know over the course of the season. Stick around with us. It's going to be a good one. We appreciate having you here with us tonight, checking us down and being a part of it. As McGarry is going to have a foul called on him off ball. As he fouled Mitchell there off the ball. So it's going to stay with the Scarlet Knights, and they'll get a first 30 on the shot clock here as well. Harper throwing his hand over to Mock. See LSU still in that 3-2 zone. Corner. Good.
Rutgers playing by the books, B-Ron. If you're gonna stay in that zone, we're gonna keep shooting threes. I'm just not saying them crashing rebounds because I think they kind of lived on the fact that they made so many threes at one particular point. It seemed like they were going to be automatic. Nothing is automatic until it's over.
Yeah, and you gotta not get into that mindset, like you said, Maestro, of thinking it's automatic, because that gets you into trouble. And that time was Gerard Baptiste getting that one to go. Nicely done there. Now bringing a bit more pressure here, it looks like, with LSU on this possession here defensively, trying to anyway. You see them bringing the pressure up on Harper in particular. Harper getting by and inside. His shot is sent back, or it's sent forward, I guess, into the waiting arm of the teammate. But his teammate also could not take advantage of it either.
Yeah, these are the moments. The minutes are turning into seconds really quick. A little pressure starting to reap up a little bit. Let's see who's going to respond, because this game is right where it needs to be for both teams. LSU in the lead, they can play in the lead, but Rutgers is also not going away with shots like that. Cuddy Zoe,
like that, nope. Right, not from Cuddy Zoe. Cuddy Zoe definitely doing his part. Keep Starlight Knights in this one. I like what I've seen overall from Rutgers tonight, and there's a foul on Tyrone Snyder, former player on the OGs, originated down at SimWorld Prep, and here's Patricio Ramirez going back to the free throw line. Won the game, and tonight Ramirez from there, 1 of 4 from the free throw line is Ramirez tonight. Ramirez, look at 1 of 5 now as these struggles from the line continue.
Rutgers is slightly behind their scoring average per the game right now, and that's because of the defense of LSU. I don't know if it was just a surprise, it's just being executed so well, but it's definitely working. Whereas LSU is right at the point they need to be. They average 68.5 points per game, and they're very well on their way to that and exceeding that. So LSU is playing the game that they need to play right now to turn around that 3-game losing streak you brought up earlier.
Yeah, and they're right now they're in the lead, but they're doing the first part of that, and they gotta finish the job here and win this one. Ramirez could not get that inside shot to go there. Now to the corner for Harper, 3, good. It's just a 2. Just a 2 from the corner. Those shots from the corner are always so difficult because the line is closer there on the corner, Maestro. So you always think it's a 3. I gotta watch these refs' hands when they go up in the air. Let me know.
So I tell you, I had a coach that would tell us if you're gonna go to the corner 3, the words were always this: be on the balls of your feet with your heels off the ground to give yourself an opportunity to kind of shimmy step back. That's what you needed to, so it was clear that you were not on the line. And that's how we were taught to do it, to shoot our corner 3s.
Smart there, I think, honestly. Timeout here on the floor. Marcus going to take another one. They're burning through them here in the second half. Head coach Steve Pickle there is not wasting those at all. We're going to take a quick break, though, folks. Come right back. Welcome back, everyone. 1-point lead for the Tigers here, and if you love SimWorld,
come on,
that I'd like you to do.
Come on.
Number 1, I'd like you to like the stream first of all.
Come on.
Number 2, drop a comment in the stream, in the chat, interact with other people here watching the stream, and also more importantly, share the stream, share SimWorld with somebody who would love it. I'm sure you know somebody who would love something like this. They just don't know it exists, right?
Come on.
Tell them about it. Come on in here. Tell them about it, man. I'm sure they'll love it.
Tell somebody.
Tell somebody about it. And Cuddy Zoe fires from deep, can't get it. Chased down by the Tigers. Brought a steal. It was Orland Mock who got the steal there. Up the other way with it. Mock gets his shot. Sent out of bounds.
Oh, don't bring no barbecue chips to a salad bar. What are you doing?
Put them on the salad. I'm kidding. Don't do that. That don't sound good.
Don't be doing that.
That don't sound good. No. Stick with the croutons, please. Tradition.
Thanks.
Orland Mock here swings it to the corner for Harper. At the 2 does not go, but look who's on the glass for the Charlotte Knights. It's Tyrone Snyder.
Yes. Listen, active on the boards. That's exactly what Rutgers need to be, and they're what they got themselves with a 1-point lead.
Gonna stay that way for now. Harper denies Slaughter there. Just getting a hand in his face enough. Harper, that shot also unable to fall. Harper hasn't had the typical game that we're used to seeing from him, but it hasn't mattered too much because he's gotten some help, especially from Kamarian Goodyear and Cuddy Zoe.
And that's go back to the question you asked earlier about him moving from being the primary ball handler to being the on-ball handler in situations like this. His athleticism is so valuable. I'd rather have him off ball, selectively on ball, because he can score from anywhere on the floor, and he's dangerous no matter where he is.
He is. But even the most dangerous guys will have all night. We're seeing it tonight from Harper. He's going to continue to try and score, though. Can't do it there. Back out to Harper. Over to Zoe from deep. That one unable to hit either.
Don't ask Cuddy Zoe that. He know he made that shot. It's the rim's fault.
He knows he did. It doesn't say on the scoreboard, but he made it, right?
That's right.
Liverpool on the scoreboard as Harper fires another one. That one rattles in.
He is where he is, man. I'm telling you, with a player like him, I want him all over the floor. And if removing him off primary ball handling is going to give me that, I'll take that any day. Because guess what? His point guards and his shooting guards are pretty doggone strong.
Absolutely, and there's the point guard for the Tigers, Jake Slaughter. Getting right to the rim there with ease. Nobody in the vicinity of the young man as he went into the paint. Mock has it back over to Snyder. Back to Mock. And Harper swinging around to the corner. Rutgers loves those corner shots last few possessions, and able to get that one to fall there. As the Tigers come back with it. Up the floor, draw the contact. No basket there from Landry McGarry.
I think somebody disagrees. I don't know. Yeah. Just a feeling I have.
Tyrone Snyder not happy about the call there, and you know if he's not happy, he's gonna let you know. As one of those personalities on the floor, especially, he's very vocal, and I think he had some words there for the referee. Nothing to warn a tech or anything, but
no.
Just let him know that hey, I didn't like that call.
And I think these 4,000 or so fans here tonight got something to say about it too.
Yeah, and I'm sure they're saying things that we most definitely cannot say.
No, we cannot.
Especially somebody up in the rafters where the refs can't hear them. You know what I mean? They're saying the worst.
Oh, dude, it's Jersey. Come on, what you think is happening?
They're saying the worst thing.
What do you think? What do you want me to do?
Well, Landry McGarry, another freshman on the Tigers squad, doesn't get the second free throw to go. He did enter the game 85% from the line. 1 and 2 there. Not a bad way to go. A 2-point lead for the Tigers result. We are under 10 minutes in the second half. Free ball, good! 1-point lead for the Tigers. Justin Solomon knocking that one down. Lead change. This lead has gone back and forth. Maestro all game. It's in first, of course, especially towards the end of that first half. And there's another steal. And up the floor with it, Rutgers. Trying to score again. Lee Mitchell with it. Swings it back around.
LSU figured they got a hand on those outside shooters that went back to a man on ball defense.
Yeah, good stop there. Young grabbing the rebound. Tigers back up the floor with it now here. You see Akeem Young out there on the perimeter. Need to get him inside on the post. Work the high post guy we talked about earlier, Maestro, that Coach McMahon had for LSU. There's an alley-oop, does not get finished. Sent back off the...
A little too much signal on that phone call. A
little bit too strong there. That one also a little too strong. Back of the rim and out on that shot. Bounce pass inside. Pretty pass. Finish. Not able to get it was Mitchell. Over to the corner. Rattling home. As that one goes. Another lead change. 3-pointer from the corner. What else do you expect at this point? 2-point Tiger lead. 60-58. We got a dandy here, folks.
Yes, we do.
Now 10 minutes left. Mitchell. Demarion Mitchell. What a dunk that was. Getting the crowd hyped up and back into this one here. The timeout for the Tigers. We got ourselves a tie ball game here, Maestro. Getting down to the nitty-gritty of this one. 7 minutes left, and we always say that sports and SimWorld in general, better with a friend, right?
Yeah.
You like sports, you love sports, matter of fact, that's why you're here, right?
Come on.
And again, all better with a friend. So I want you to bring somebody on board with you.
Bring them.
Whether you are a current player, current coach, whoever it is, but you bring them in. You bring somebody in as a coach or a super fan. You'll get 5,000 EM. They'll get 5,000 EM. You help everybody out, and it helps all of us, and it helps all of us grow and get experiencing better and what we want it to be for y'all in the future. And you can get them involved, of course, by going to discord.gg/SimWorld Hoops. And Maestro, we know what this place is, right? It's the only place you can do what, my friend?
See the game, be the game.
Exactly. 1,000%. As we get a look at our SimWorld TV Impact Player of the Game, Jay Slaughter. It's that recognition here tonight. 18 points in this one. For the Tigers, been really big on both sides of the ball, especially in the scoring department, though. But he's doing a little bit of everything tonight, Maestro. As that one is sent back, Owens on the block there.
Somebody got to tell somebody.
Harper attacks off the glass and in. Lead change. Another lead change, Maestro. This is exciting. Deep shot, no good. Owens grabs the board and gives it to Harper. Hands it off to Mock here. You see Owens here now trying to attack. Does so and can't get that one. That's unfortunate. Now Young trying his luck. Not gonna do it there, but look who is there. Reggie Charles.
Reggie.
From Lake Charles, Louisiana.
Reggie.
Junior on this Tiger squad. Right place at the right time. Nobody boxed him out, and he put that one right back up, and he chose talent to go with him, Maestro. Don't be nice.
Yes, he did. Growing up in Lake Charles will do that to you. He only has one college in town there, McNeese State University. He decided to go to the big city, go to the big school with LSU and Baton Rouge and say, this is what I do. This is why I didn't stay home.
I didn't stay home, and Jay Slaughter didn't stay home tonight either. Came to play, ready to rock and roll, doing his part tonight for the Tigers. 2-point ball. It's been back and forth for the last couple of minutes here, Maestro. You think it stays this way to the end?
Let's do it. Let's do it. I brought some extra clothes. Let's go.
I hope so, right? Yeah. Hope so. Let's do it. Why not, man? 5:20 left in the game. As we go up here, the leaner does not go.
Both teams are moving faster now, B-Ron. They're actually trying to press to whatever advantages they think they have. So we're starting to see them get a little out of character, but look at the time on the clock. Those seconds counting down to where they are. making them sort of start thinking about their mortality being changed again, and that's what we're going to see happen.
So Marion Goodyear once again hitting another one of those corner shots, and he is fired up, but so is Jay Slaughter. Got to the rack with ease once again. The interior did not close quick enough on him.
But I don't think it could. He's so intentional with that first step. If you're not anticipating it, I think you're going to be too late on automatic with him. He's just so powerful.
Like the old Geico commercial. Gotta be quicker than that.
Yeah.
Had to be quicker there. Put that inside to Jermaine Owens.
Almost got it that time.
Yeah, you know what one of that. You know what I'm talking about. Another lead change here in this one. That one unable to go.
That blocked her kind of different.
But Harper off the glass and in. 3-point Rutgers lead here. As the ball gets away a little bit there at the end of that one. Kicked down the court here. We'll took off a few precious seconds there on the game clock.
Allie?
I'm gonna say it doesn't matter, but good defense there. But it's even better because of the Tigers. And they pick the ball right back on their side of the floor here. And there's a foul on Dylan Harper. We'll see Gerard Baptiste go to the line here for the Tigers.
I thought it was a good block. I don't blame him. You know, his afro stayed still, so that means there was no extra contact, I think. I think that's exactly what went down there.
Referee didn't see it that way, though. Gerard Baptiste here at the line, junior, on the Tigers squad. Coming into the game, 77% free throw shooter. As we see Patricio Ramirez check back in the right card. And a few other clubs as well for the Charlotte Knights. As both teams making their, I don't want to say final changes before the final 3 minutes of this one, but maybe it's time when you get the starters back on the floor and you get them to finish the top maestro, you think?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what I want to start doing now, depending on where I'm at, I want to set myself up to do the wholesale changes. I have to do my changes for offense, defense, right? So basically make it a hockey line. I have 3 players that I need to be able to go in there and take fouls if necessary. I have them ready to go. Dead ball. They're already at you know, after we score, already they're ready there to go to do the exchange. So I'm ready to kind of make those shifts in these last minutes if I can get any separation. You have to be ready for everything else. That's exactly what the coaches are thinking about.
Yeah, I'd be ready at all times. But especially in a game like this, coming down to the wire like this one appears to be. Harper gets the ball off the inbound here. Doubled in the corner here.
Somebody's got to be open. They need to move it, Rutgers. Come on now.
Turnover. Jump ball, rather, is going to go Tigers' way. And yeah, Maestro, that's the spot where you have to... Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's staying with Scarlet Knights. I thought it was going to be a tie-up and go Tigers' way. It did not. Staying with Scarlet Knights. But that's the spot where you need to, like you said, be aware and see that coming quicker. Put the ball out fast. And we'll see pass inside. Nicely done. Harper gives it up to Demarion Mitchell. And he does finish there.
That's what I meant to be wrong when I said he stinks from everywhere on the floor. As a scorer, as a passer, as a facilitator, just getting attention. Him and that 145-pound afro are just dangerous.
Absolutely dangerous there. And Harper adding an assist to his total on the night. And that one picked off. Bowling by Harper. Over to Mitchell.
Get that man a steal.
Worked hard for it and rewarded his teammate with points there. Harper to Mitchell once again. As they extend the lead out a little bit here. Final 2 minutes of this one. Deep shot, it's a deep 2, and it does go in. What shot, Jay Slaughter.
Both teams are on their game now, and look at this. Both teams are where they need to be. In the slow walk down by doing the vampire walk. Like a cobra.
Waiting for his moment to strike. Decided to not do so. and passes it out instead to Sandlin with it here. Harper gets it back, and he gets it. And back rejected once again. And the Tigers score on that one off of the block. Defense and offense. Love to see it.
Yes. And listen, look at this. Both teams are above their season average, which tells you that everything is working from defense to offense. This is the kind of game that you're just lucky to be at, and it's a shame somebody's going to have to not win this.
Yeah, exactly. Final minute, 5 seconds of play here in this one. Coming down to the wire, another good one here. Jersey Mike's Arena. Harper from mid-range, good!
So dangerous. So dangerous. Nobody listens for Maestro. That's okay. That's what you have to listen to Maestro. If they think man was dangerous, yeah, Maestro, he ain't coming.
3-point lead. And LSU is going to talk this one over. Dylan Harper and the starting to fire it up. We'll see they close it out here in the final minute. We'll take a last break, folks. I'm right back.
SimWorld, 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 SimWorld.
It's a place where average Joe can work on his craft and grow. Say you the new magic, yo. Well, why you ain't passing though? Better get you a basket, bro. Cause this ain't no Madden, no. This is real ball life from prep to pro. Gamma Park, this ain't no fashion show. It's the opportunity for you to be the one to shoot the three. In the clip, game on the line. They like, who is he? Must be the 2-3 or 2-4. The one twice. Coach saying do more. Scouts like that boy nice. Drive up the price. Push up the stock. Build up your name. Stir up the pot. Piss off the eye. As a player or a coach, here it is, dog. SimWorld. This is your shot.
Yo, yells.
SimWorld.
You know your boy gotta get some of this, right?
SimWorld.
Rick Blaze.
SimWorld.
Ladies love. Let's go.
I be on some ballers. Trying to get my hands on a scholarship. Pretty young thing already knew my name. Said she wanna try out on a scholarship. Hold up, let me PG it. Porn go past, but you know I'm gon' do it. Podcast fast, big Bob on the snacks, and you know I'm in my bag when March can't beat it. Baby, I be tripping with my foes, tipping. Shot out to the ballers. No bull like I'm pippin'. Rick Blaze hit him with the freestyle. SimWorld Hoops, man, them boys wild.
SimWorld, 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 SimWorld.
And then when their lead expanded, they turned into a highlight machine, except for the problem was there was no film in the camera.
Welcome back, everyone. 75-72. Rutgers out in front. Dylan Harper from alive. I wanted some more of him if I could have. I didn't say that outright. I wanted some more of him, and we should have seen a lot more of him. Now, I was kind of good with a lead. So the team were working on an 18-point lead. So, between Owens, 14 rebounds.
Say it.
In this
say
one.
Say it. Say it again.
14 rebounds.
Say it again.
Insane. 14 rebounds.
Love it. My man is hitting the boards, and he is also doing what? He's also getting his other teammates into it. It might not show up in the assist column for him, but he's getting the rebounds, he's turning around, and guess what? I have a feeling he's going to get a rebound and turn that into some points. Guess what? The man that has a yo.
Yeah. Looking for a double win. Owen. Rutgers looking to get their third win in a row. And he sends the Tiger losing streak to 4 games in a row. 3-point lead here. Hornsby guarded by Harper. Turnaround jumper, no good. Harper on the rebound. Nobody's fouling just yet. Harper gonna, oh no! There's the foul. Gerard Baptiste. Finally fouls Dylan Harper there.
Was that a clear path to the basket foul there, or am I
was thinking the same thing for a second, but apparently not. Hornsby gonna get a foul called on him as they're now starting the intentional foul game there. Dylan Harper at the free throw line, looking to get his 19th and 20th points on the night.
What a strong
here
game.
with this one. Yeah.
What a strong
really
game. And every bucket mattered, B-Ron. Every bucket mattered. It came at when his team needed it, at the point they needed it. And that just tells you what type of player he is. When he's set free with no leash, what he can do.
Exactly. And he gets both of the 1-and-1 there. 77-72. And LSU will burn their final timeout. That's big, Maestro, for LSU to not have that extra out in their pocket when they might need it later. I know it's getting late in the game, but you might need that with, 10 seconds left. But coming up after this game, folks, post up, and then we'll have Notre Dame taking on New Mexico. And one of my favorite players in SimWorld, Ireland early.
Yeah.
I can shoot the lights up from deep, Maestro.
Yep, and you got Coach Overtime on the call, so watch out. Just saying. I'm joking. Not really.
You never know, though, right? You never know. That's why it's so important, though, Maestro.
Yeah.
Around as a viewer and watch the game all the way through. I think you'll be down by 20 points and come back, and you missed it.
Exactly.
I understand, because you do the same. We do the same thing too. Turn the game on once in a while. Oh, it's over. It's not over at all.
And I'll say something right now. B-Ron, I'm so glad you said it that way. LSU, let's say they're not able to pull this game out and win. I think this game is going to be a turning point for their season, even if it is a loss, because they've shown what they can do when they play a complete game, how they're able to overcome so many faults and make something good happen.
Exactly. Slaughter here with it. That's inside the Young. Gets contact. His downfall. Hart on the rebound. He's going to go back to the free throw line. Thanks to Team Young. Shot clock is turned off here. And Harper will go back to the free throw line. He made his last two down here in the 1-and-1. And we'll see more of those here from Rutgers as Harper looks to put this game away and really kind of nail that door shut here on this one.
Free throws are all about the mindset, B-Ron. And it's such a physical game, a game with so much defense. When you get to the free throw line and there's no one there pressing you, it's almost as if a whiff of cold air just squeezes into your lungs, and you have to take a second, take a beat, slow down your heart rate, and focus on that free throw shot, because you're so used to everything being contested. And guess what? It's not at the free throw line.
It's not, and that last shot there was the last gasp for the Tigers. Even though the foul from Jay Slaughter says otherwise, this one's all but wrapped up, folks. As how fitting will we see the senior Shedrick Sandelin here at the free throw line to put 2 more points on the board here and possibly get them to 80 on the game as a team. Does get the first one. Now the one to get to the magic 80 number for the Scarlet Knights. They hit 80 in their last game as well. They went over Oklahoma, and they're going to get there again. As this one is going to be all but wrapped up here. 80-72 this time is the final score. Rutgers wins this one. The last one 87 over Oklahoma. This one 80-72 over the LSU Tigers. Game 2 coming up after the post up. See you out there for that one. For Maestro, I'm B-Ron. The guys in the truck out there as well did their thing. We'll see you in game 2.
Yo, it's your boy. Check out Talking Dirty with me so we can catch up on prep news and SimWorld sports. You know the deal. Holla at your boy. See the game? Be the game.
Okay, any views expressed are the opinion of the guest. That's not a representation because the programming reflects that pole. Politicking with 4 eyes, it's really no competition. Suffocating with the dope. You know I be twisting. Real ninjas out in the field, now we cotton picking. Not to mention our intention to cover topics and many other subjects. I got more lines than the deli at the Publix. With King Pharaoh, pole politicking, I'm pistol whipping. Rappers jeopardizing hip-hop position. My opposition, intuition, prediction like writers on The Simpsons. To witness the glimpses from higher up dimensions. My bitches be fighting gremlins like Phoebe Cates. Let me cook, stovetop oven, easy bakes. Hydroponic with them seaweed flakes. Yeah, these rappers started from the bottom, power bottom. TD Jakes, unfollowed. Talking about have you ever been swallowed? Regardless of race, color, or creed, you get Apollo. We pole, politicking, ticking. We straight pole, politicking, ticking. When it's a great show, you got to listen. Listen to that pole, politicking, ticking. This for the pole, politicking, ticking. We straight pole, politicking, ticking. When it's a great show, you got to listen. Listen to that pole, politicking, ticking.
Hello and welcome into your grandma's favorite show, The Post Up. We're back again, and tonight we've got a little mobile studio set up in Bernalillo County, New Mexico, home of the New Mexico Lobos, who we'll see in this next game because I got an offer. I'll be on call for that next one, so had to get a little mobile setup going so I could run into the stadium after this. Appreciate you, Jalen, for making the trip out here to be on this Post Up just so we can make those accommodations, but How about that game we just saw? I mean, Rutgers did pull out the win, but not quite in the way I think a lot of people expected. I think even the final score, an 8-point win, doesn't show how close this game really was. LSU had control for a lot of this game.
Yeah, but this is kind of what we expected coming in. It was a great game, start to finish, and it was really close all the way up until Rutgers pulled away at the end. LSU had some great performances from Jay Slaughter and Mike Hornsby, and they had some big highlight plays, and it was a really exciting game. But Rutgers, they were just, they were real sound, real solid down the stretch, and they were able to come away with the win in this one.
Absolutely. We saw the effects of Jermaine Owens in the middle. Akeem Young did not, 10 and 9, 3 blocks. Akeem Young had a pretty decent night relatively, but we've seen him kind of be contributing a little more on the offensive end than just, 3 scored baskets. He's been kind of their number 2 behind Jay Slaughter, which I've said in the past is an issue. And seeing Mike Hornsby step up tonight was good, and I think we need to see that continue. But we saw the effects of a Jermaine Owens in the middle for Rutgers when it came to kind of slowing down their willingness to kind of do more through Akeem Young with the underdeveloped post game at this point in his career. I think that was a big thing for Rutgers towards the end. They weren't comfortable going to Akeem Young as they usually are, even despite his underdeveloped post game. So that was a great game from Rutgers. Dylan Harper showed up when he needed to. Jay Slaughter, great game from him. I think people overlook Jay Slaughter. He's gonna find a place in the SWBA one day. I don't know for how long, but I think someone will give him a shot. He's a good guard. But yeah, I mean, LSU takes another loss, but Rutgers gets a win on national TV. They have played fewer games than most teams here in SimWorld U thus far this season, but we move on from there. Jalen, we got another one of these little games for you. I know you love these. This game I like to call high-low, just right, don't belong. We're gonna run through the top 25, no explanations because we got 25 teams to get through, but no explanations. We're both gonna give if they're too high in the rankings, are they too low in the rankings, are they right at the right spot, or do they just not belong in the top 25 at all? So start it off, Duke.
Too low.
Yeah. I'm gonna say just right. Alabama.
Just right. Alabama's just right. Kentucky, just right. I like it. I'm gonna
say Alabama just right as well. And Kentucky, I'm actually gonna say high right now. Georgia Tech.
Just right. No explanation. Go ahead.
I'm gonna go just right as well on Georgia Tech. Texas.
Too high. Jump too many teams for me.
I'm gonna say too low actually. Mississippi State.
Too low. I'm
gonna say just right. Iowa.
Just right.
Just right as well. Arkansas.
Too high. Bad losses. Weak schedule.
Too high as well. Kansas.
A little too high.
I'm gonna say a little too low at the moment. Gonzaga.
Just right.
I'm gonna say a little high. Louisville.
Talent matches, but too high.
Too high as well. Butler.
Just right.
I think a little too low on my side. UConn.
UConn. Too high.
I'm with you there. Too high. Indiana.
Too low.
I'm with you there. Too low. Memphis.
Too high. 7 losses.
Way too high. 3-game loss streak. No explanation, but 3-game loss streak. Utah.
Utah. Too high.
A little too high. North Carolina.
Just right.
I'm going to go just right there as well. Arizona.
Too high.
Too high as well. San Diego State. Got a big game against Tennessee tonight.
Too low. And if they win this one, they should get some points there.
I think I'm with you, but I think I say just right until we see a little bit more. But I'm there. Virginia Tech.
Just right.
I'm gonna say just right for now as well. UCLA.
I think this is purely on for talent rating right here. I'm gonna go still too high.
I'm actually going to go do not belong on UCLA. I don't think they belong in the top 25 right now.
Yeah, I forgot that's an option. Get them out of here.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Until recently, I also had forgot about don't belong. I think I would change a couple of answers maybe, but UCLA is a don't belong for me. Tennessee.
Take Memphis off of here too.
Yep.
Tennessee, just right.
I'm gonna go a little too high. Not don't belong, but a little too high for me at the moment. Princeton.
I'm gonna go too low.
I'm going way too low on this one. Way too low on this one for me. New Mexico, who we're about to see.
New Mexico, I'm going too high. Not enough.
Going too high. Kansas State.
Just right. We'll leave it at 25.
Perfect. And I mean, there you go. You just got the experts' opinions on all of it. We'll move on. We'll talk about a couple games around SimWorld U tonight that have already concluded. I want to talk about this first one. Dayton versus Wichita State. A 1-point victory for the Dayton Flyers. We've talked about them, well-rounded team. I think both these teams are in the same pocket for me, Jalen. Both well-rounded teams that we've seen do some good things, have some not-so-great games, but Dayton came out with the win in this one.
Yeah, I feel like every time we get on here, we get the chance to talk about Dayton. They skated by an ugly win in this one. Wichita shot 3 for 16 from the 3. Dayton shot 2 for 18 from the 3. Wichita shot 40% from the field. Dayton shot 38% from the field. Our guys, Poland and Bynum, they had quiet nights, only combined for 17 points on 7 for 22 shooting. But if you're Dayton, you got the win, and I'm sure that's all they care about right now. Sitting at 7 and 8, they got to kind of climb their way up the standings.
A win's a win. I'm with you there. And then St. Mary's blew out Baylor 83-65. Never know you're going to get with Baylor. I'm hearing that we're tight on time from the producer, but what do you make? What do you make of this Baylor team that we've seen go up and down all season?
The difference in this game was St. Mary's was plus 27 from the 3-point line. Baylor had one guy knock down 5 threes. Nobody else made a 3 for them. And St. Mary's had 2 guys combined to go for 11 for 15. Other than that, Baylor had a lead in the first half. I think the rest of the game was pretty much even, just the 3-point shooting. 3 points is worth a lot. So if one team's making them and the other team isn't, that can be, the score could be a little deceptive.
That's a killer. 7 of those from Adele Elledge for St. Mary's, their sharpshooter. Well, moving on, we got 3 more games. We've already kicked off. We got one coming up for you here on SimWorld TV. Marquette's taking on TCU, and Tennessee, we mentioned it earlier, but Tennessee still ranked. A lot of talent taking on the undefeated San Diego State. That's in San Diego. But also we got Notre Dame taking on the New Mexico Lobos coming up right here on SimWorld TV after this. Jalen, you know the drill. What are your 3 in the key?
First key is going to be for Notre Dame. It's going to be they need to find somebody who can make a shot. They are 77th out of 84 in points per game, and they only make 2.5 threes per game and shoot 25%, which are both bottom 15 in the country. So they need somebody to step up and knock down some shots for them tonight, because this New Mexico team is 4th in 3-point shooting and top 20 in scoring. So they're coming to put up some points. And if Notre Dame is going to win this game, they're going to have to find a way to keep up. For New Mexico, I have the key of the game for them is going to be Ireland early. Projected first round pick, 21 points a game. And this, I talked about how bad the Notre Dame offense is, but their defense is solid. Top 10 defense, only giving up 59 points per game. So, New Mexico, they're going to have to lean on their guys to kind of open this one up early for them. And hopefully they can get out of here with a win. And then my last key for the game is going to be which team is going to come out of here with the most assists. I think sharing the ball for both of these teams is going to be a big point of emphasis. Notre Dame doesn't have, like I said, they need to find some people that can put the ball in the basket. Maybe they can get that through sharing the ball some, and finding each other for open looks. And then for New Mexico, they have a few guys that can get it done. So going against a good Notre Dame defense, you want to take advantage of that.
Well, there you have it. Take that as you will. Once again, thank you for being here on the Post Up with us this week. We will see you again so soon. But for now, enjoy Notre Dame taking on New Mexico. I'm going to hand it off to Yells and myself for the call. Have a great night. Remember, see the game, be the game, and drink your water. We'll see you next time.
Tune in to No Missed Calls after every live stream where you can hear unfiltered analysis of what went down.
And welcome into our second game of SimWorld U action here on SimWorld TV. We got a good one lined up for you. I'm Siege. I'm here with my broadcast partner for the night, Yells. Yells, how we doing?
I gotta tell you, I'm doing I am doing exceptional, actually. I had a friend drop off a beverage, not the kind of beverage you think, but I had a friend drop off a beverage. If you would like to promote your beverage or anything, you can do it here on SimWorld TV. So I'm exceptionally hyped. Never thought I'd be this excited to be in New Mexico, ever.
You and me both. I was just thinking they somehow got pretty high-profile commentators here, you and me, and they slated us for Notre Dame, New Mexico. But hey, there's some guys to watch here. I'll tell you that Ireland early we know about, projected first-round draft pick, the SWBA. But I'm actually really interested, Yells, in this big man matchup between team captain Taz Cooper from New Mexico, who's just an absolute dog. I've talked about him on the post-up before, and Demir Dance, Notre Dame, whose name is fitting. He's got great footwork. He's a very mobile big for 6'10". I think that's going to be an interesting matchup, and that's going to kind of be one of the X factors I'm watching for you.
he's an absolute animal inside. We've had the chance, the opportunity to watch a lot of these guys with great post footwork, great physicality. You're a big fan of those guys. You like the Sherwoods of the world, and the Nat Hawkins. He's another one of them. Real fundamental game. He's not going to wow you with anything, but post footwork and power is something to behold in the collegiate level.
And he's got that rebounding skill that's not just skill, but he's like a mad dog with his rebounding. Yes, he's got good positioning for rebounds and all that, all the technical stuff. But he's got those mad dog rebounding skills, the Reggie Evans type of rebounding. You know what I'm talking about? Like just
Reggie Evans.
You're seeing it there.
I like that you brought that up, see? That's why you're all right with me. Reggie Evans, last time I checked that I decided to look at a Reggie Evans stat a few years back before the game shifted, he was averaging something in the vicinity of, like, when you broke it down per 48, it was like 19 rebounds per 48, playing like 13 minutes a game.
But couldn't get a bucket to save his life. One thing that Taz Cooper does do that he does just as well, if not better, than any other center in SimWorld Hoops and any other big man in SimWorld Hoops, as we mentioned his name, getting that tough and one on the offensive board. He's a great facilitator. He leads this team in assists at 5.3 assists a game, playing in the middle like that. He averages almost as many assists as he does points per game, and he also leads with 3 offensive rebounds per game. He is leading SimWorld U in offensive rebounding. So he might not have the scoring that's going to light you up and show you, this is a great player, but he is a great player.
Oh my God. Demir Dance.
There he is on the other end. That's Demir Dance. Welcome to the show, everybody. I know you haven't got to see these teams actually broadcasted, but we got some great talent here for you tonight, and you just saw it there from Demir Dance. Freak athlete at 6'10". He dances around the court, as his name suggests.
Let me see your 1-2 step. He's doing it. He did it right there. But look, you know what I really like about this Notre Dame team? I am a huge fan of, guess what? Yeah, I'm going to say it. Defense. Yeah, they play insane defense. They have one of the better on-ball defending cores on the front court and on the perimeter that I've seen. And that's what I'm most excited about. I'm a big fan of Chris Griffin. Big fan of Demir Dance. You see Griffin there with the ball. So yes, they may struggle to get points, but they are absolutely going to stifle the other team. New Mexico's lucky to be out with 4 points already in this one, if you ask me.
It's going to be tough. They're going to have to rely on second chances, but I'll tell you one thing that Notre Dame also does really well. They're top 10 in the country in offensive rebounds. Most of those points that they get, and they don't score a whole lot, but it's a lot of really grimy second chance buckets, things like that. They do that really well. Demir Dance is good on the offensive glass. It's going to be a battle between him and Taz Cooper. But also, six of the guys on their roster average. Yep. Six of their guys average over an offensive rebound a game, and that doesn't sound like a lot. When you got that many guys who are crashing the glass, it does make a difference.
This team gets dirty like a Christina Aguilera song in the early 2000s. Absolutely dirty. Elbows, toes, and O's, and I'm talking offensive rebounds. So yeah, this is old South Bend basketball / football, and look, you see right there. But on the other end, they absolutely struggle offensively, as they struggle to even beat the 30-second shot clock here, which it is in college. But hey, you gotta love what they do defensively if that's what you like on the defensive. That kind of tough, hard-nosed basketball on the other end.
It's gonna be a hard-nosed night. The only way I see it not is if we see Ireland early light up the scoreboard, which is always a pretty high possibility. So we'll see what kind of defensive schemes they have for them. And Credence Kristen with his second block already. 2 straight offensive possessions for New Mexico turned away by Kristen.
Leads this team in blocks per game, just over 1. Not a lot of guys playing defense, and they're rewarding him on the offensive end. 8-4. He cuts inside, slips on a back screen. Great pass there. The movement is looking good for this Notre Dame team early here.
That it is. They're feeding off that defense, and that was Demir Dance, the man in the middle. Both these teams like to have their big men kind of control the flow from the high elbow like that. We've seen Taz Cooper do it a lot. We see Demir Dance do it a lot, and you saw him do it there, finding his front court running mate, the bucket, but that's Damari Day answering from Tempe, Arizona. He's their second leading scorer here. Again, coming back up. They struggle when they, offensive struggles come when they have to set up this half-court offense. So movement's looking good so far. We'll see how it goes for the rest of the night. And one there. That's gonna be Chris Griffin. He's gonna draw the foul on Taz Cooper, try to get the hard-working big man in foul trouble early, get the first one on him already. He'll go to the line for an old-fashioned three-point play.
You say they struggle in the half court. It is very early, but I would say they're looking very fluid right now. Coach Shrewsbury's got them looking exceptionally fluid. They run this slow tempo, kind of read and react on the offensive end. But right now, they are reading, and this team is reacting very well. I don't know if that's a display of them seeing something, just kind of clash of styles and strategy there, where they're seeing on the New Mexico and they're seeing zones and pockets they can slip into, but they're absolutely slipping into the perfect spots offensively right now.
That they are, and I mean, that read and react offense, we talk about something like that, where you're really relying on your players to make the right reads as the flow of the offense is going and those motions are happening. It could explain the slow start for them offensively throughout this season so far, but that is also the kind of offense where if you stick to it and let your guys learn it, it can develop into something really beautiful as they build that chemistry. And tonight might be a night that we're seeing a lot of Notre Dame's chemistry and hard work come together, but it is still early, so we'll see how that goes for the rest of the game.
I can't tell you.
As Cooper's starting off hot.
No, I was just gonna say I gotta make sure that I preface and prepare everybody. I did come into this call since I had to get in the booth with a plethora of song analogies, so I will be likening a lot of things to song titles. It's Notre Dame offense, very Usher-esque, nice and slow,
and 5'3". Kristen with the board there. He's going to run it up himself, pushing the pace here in the Notre Dame offense. They're going to slow it down, set it back up. Go back to Kristen in the middle, try and run it through there. As Amir Dance is checked out of the game early on.
Archer Baldwin, and he can post up. He's got a bit of that old school game to him. He likes to facilitate, but he will at 5'11", just 180, turn his back to the basket. Look at that athleticism from Chris Griffin.
Chris Griffin.
Get jiggy, but he
he's got that. He's got that Andre Miller game.
Absolutely. I was getting ready to say there's another block. I was gonna go more Mark Jackson, just less of a passer.
That works.
But I'll go with Andre Miller.
Charge there on Baldwin. We're gonna call. They are not happy with that. Coach Shrewsbury yelling at the officials already. They got to give him a warning to stay in his zone. They're over there on the sideline. Something to watch throughout the game. You don't want to get a zone warning as a coach this early on in a match.
Not going to repeat what I heard him say. Clearly the refs did not hear him. I'm going to get an early shout out because this looks like it's going to be a good game here. I want to make sure I say hello to everyone tuned in on YouTube, on Instagram, LinkedIn, even Facebook and X. Appreciate you all being tuned in with us. Go ahead and shout out Instagram viewers. We got Mary Summer in the building, Breadman Lee. Oh, Big Bread, I believe that's Coach Bread Lee of the Southeast Selective SimWorld Prep. What's going on with your player? We got D Gambler, Turin Clutter Man. That is an interesting name. Don't be the Clutter Man. Be the Rubber Band Man. King Mono 1997, Jackson Sutton in the building, Sir Michael. Shout out to Instagram. We'll come back to you guys on YouTube in just a few. Appreciate y'all being locked in with us on a Wednesday evening. Is that a third block?
It is a beautiful Wednesday evening. I believe that might have been the fourth. You had one in that last possession, no? This team is getting it done on the defensive end tonight. As Cooper, not usually his game, but shot clock winding down as they get it up. Board there for Tayshawn Hutcherson, the senior. He's 4'4" and can't get the putback to go, but he will go to the line for two here.
I appreciate being on SimWorld TV because I get the FCC gives us that grace. If they're going to be getting shot blocks, getting their shots blocked like this, as I see that's 3 for Kristen and one from McLeod. There's already 4 blocks on the day for Notre Dame, and we're only 9 minutes in. We used to see me and my boys, even wifey, she even gets in when you see a chick that doesn't have a really nice rear end. It's not really circular, you know. It's kind of up and down. We tell them, and I think New Mexico is going to be in for one of these two. It may be a long ass day. It's okay to laugh. It's okay to laugh. See, it's wrong broadcast. We're live.
I didn't know I was in the booth with my shirt tonight. That was a good one.
Oh no.
Oh
no, I'm not checking out the crowd. That's just a comment. Shout out my shirt.
You're not vocalizing how you're checking out the crowd. Anyways, block there. Anthony Durham. But then ball's gonna go out of bounds. They're gonna call it off New Mexico. It's gonna be Notre Dame ball. Interesting call there. As Cooper getting a break, you know, he works hard when he's out there. You need that rest to keep contributing what he does.
They got Ireland early on the bench too, projected to be a first rounder. Again, leading this team and scoring at 21 points. And what he does is knock it down from deep. Only played 3 games. This Lobos team has, but both of them on the bench. Like, where do you go offensively? Is my question. You got Damari Gay who can get you some buckets, the big senior, but he's not on the floor either. I don't believe. Or there he is with the ball. My apologies.
He's right there with the ball.
But Ireland early, one of the things I wanted to point out, if I had the opportunity in this game, I know he's not on the floor now. He's great on moving without the ball, finding a pocket for spot-up shooting. That's got to be something that this team is looking for, somebody that can create shots, because Ireland early absolutely lit it up last season, but he did have someone that was finding and could break it down the offense and get him open shots along with other people. That is a challenge for them so far this season, in my opinion.
They haven't found quite their shot creator. Still testing out some new guys on the roster. I mean, that last 3 right there was Amos Pelenge from Democratic Republic of Congo. Only averages 1.7 minutes per game and 0.7 points per game, but knock down that 3. He might be someone they could slot in that rotation.
I really like this Credence kid. I mean, he is everywhere you want to be, like NASCAR. I mean, he's all over the glass, all over defensively. Not a great finisher yet, but you gotta love the activity. If you're a pro scout or you're just a fan of basketball at all.
Here now's the time to show those skills that he's got, trying to get himself a shot at an SWBA roster. This season's gonna be his last chance, so you know he's working hard out there, trying to get his Notre Dame squad some wins on his way out, and maybe try to get himself a chance at pros.
That's a tough shot. Oh my goodness.
That's going to be a 3 there. What a shot there by Eric Nelson, the sophomore out of Providence, Rhode Island. Apologies, that was Josiah Bowden, the junior out of Indiana. Get him confused sometimes. A lot of 20 numbers here. This Notre Dame squad. It's confusing.
You're a man of style. Children drive Hummers. You're not a child. You're a big boy. Introducing Big Boy Tricycles by Carl Anthony Towns.
When I was a kid, I never got a tricycle. Now that I'm an adult, I created my own line.
Harness the power of 3s. Style, elegance, and youth. Big Boy Tricycles by Carl Anthony Towns.
I'm an adult on a baller tricycle.
Welcome back here. We are in New Mexico, the city of love, I think. And we got some pretty good matchups so far. Notre Dame's looking better on the offensive end than we're used to seeing. And New Mexico kind of struggling to find something. Ireland really been benched for a lot of this first half for some reason. But, what are you looking to do if you're New Mexico to try and get a little more momentum going on the offensive end?
You're not going to come back from that break without telling me on air in the crowd how you were interested watching the commercial and interested in getting you a ball and tricycle. He's gonna keep that from the public or what?
Yells. I don't need to talk about it. I actually have a tricycle.
Oh my God!
You would know if you ever asked, but how about that block?
I'm pretty sure.
More interesting to my.
Then I want to talk about that. My goodness.
Cedric McLeod, 6'9" junior, another guy out of Indiana here for this Notre Dame squad.
I mean, they are ferocious on the interior. You think this will lend itself to New Mexico's favor, where hey, you want to move the ball around, you want to at least make some north and south movements so you can take the jumper, which you do well. I don't think you want to come inside on this team right now. That's 5 blocks on the evening already, and they're demonstrative blocks. They're not just getting a hand on the ball. They're get it out of here. Feel me?
Watch it. But yep, they have been emphatic blocks. This team, they really feed off that defense. That's one of the best in the nation, and that feeds a lot into their offense and just kind of their energy on the floor. And tonight they're bringing it. So it's going to be an uphill battle here for New Mexico if they can't get something going. Great little pick and roll there. Saw Baldwin hit it inside in the McLeod, rewarding the big man for his block on the last possession on the other end.
If I'm coach here, if I'm coaching New Mexico, if I'm Coach Patino here, I got to get Ireland really back in the game, and I got to find a way to get him open, some off-screen action, some pin downs. I got to get him going here pretty soon before he gets cold. We've seen that happen this season with shooters. They get cold early, and right now Notre Dame is getting hot in her. I'm gonna do it all night.
It's beautiful, honestly. I'm excited to see them run out of. I'm sure it'll happen eventually, but I couldn't agree more. Get Ireland early back in here and try to get them open often. I mean, as they're down double digits to one of the lesser offensive teams in the country, Notre Dame. But Notre Dame playing a really beautiful game right now. Very disciplined, tight on defense. They're making good passes on the offensive end, good movements, good cuts. And, they're being very patient on the offensive end. They're not taking shots they don't like.
And that's their game. But I tell you what, when you're hitting your shots, it makes that patient offense look even better. As they're shooting upwards of around 60% right now, just a shade under 58. So that makes things look a lot better. These are not shots that they always hit and have hit this season, as we see a great finish there from Anthony Durham. The second, shout out Texas. I'm going to do it every time. A lot of Texas players throughout the country in SimWorld Hoops. But yeah, Notre Dame is making it happen right now offensively because of their shooting percentage.
They are high shooting percentage for this Notre Dame squad. Not something that we're used to seeing from them. They are also bottom of the barrel in team field goal percentage at 77%. Or sorry, they are 77th in the nation at 41% from the field as a team. So it's something has changed. They got prepared for this nationally broadcasted game. They want to put the country on notice. And like I said, that read and react offense where you do a lot of motion and relying on your players to make the right read in the right moment, it only gets better over time with chemistry. So we might be seeing a turning point here for this Notre Dame offense.
I'll tell you right now, if I make a pass like that and my teammate can't finish, I'm slapping somebody. Like you don't blow my snap, my highlight moment.
It's called being a bad teammate.
That's a great finish. Is that Plachi?
Plachi Young. That's Plachi Young, the freshman out of Chicago, Illinois. Ireland early, going to hoist the three. Can't get it to go. That's going to be a red flag for the Lobos. That was as open as you're probably going to get in this one with this Notre Dame defense, and he planks that off the front rim. Demir Dance strong inside, gets his own rebound back up, and there's Demir Dance. We talked about him. Currently not on a lot of draft boards, but I do believe that he will climb his way up, as there is a need for bigs who are quick and versatile like him on a lot of rosters in the SWU.
For sure, they're just out muscling this team. He's out muscling this team by himself, but it's contagious. This entire Notre Dame squad right now feels that they have the physicality edge, and it's led by Demir Dance. He's saying, drop it down low, I'm going to force the double team, or I'm just going to pivot and drop step straight through this guy. He can't guard me.
In trouble, and there we go inside again for Notre Dame. Can't get that one to go. Good defense by Jet Nicholson. Push it up. Ireland early with it. Gonna step back. Drives in, steps back. Can't get it to go off the front of the rim again. And any of my shooters out there know that planking the front rim is never really what you want to see.
It's not his shot. He's having to create his own shot right now. That step back is not what he does. I want to see more Taz Cooper. I want to see the offense running through him. But right now, the thing is, when you run your offense through the high post, and you have a great passer and someone who works from the elbow as a big man, if you have a defense like you do in Notre Dame, who's just contesting everything at the rim and contesting it successfully with a block, it voids out. Look at there, there's another one right on cue. It voids out any threat that you feel from the high post or your defender, the offensive man, being able to facilitate from that area, because you know internally you've got the rim protected.
Absolutely. I mean, it just makes you a lot more comfortable on the defensive end. So you can't overstate the effect there, but a steal there. New Mexico, they're going to come the other way. They got to get something going. About 3.5 minutes left in this first half. Would love to get some momentum going. Finds Ireland early, wide open in the corner, and there he goes. So that's a shooter that he just needs to see one go in, and we could see him heat up. I don't know how you leave that guy wide open in the corner like that.
How do you lose him?
Not sure. That's not something I would do personally. Near dancing around, gonna kick it out. Back over to the freshman Peichi Young.
I'm looking forward to him getting more burn. He plays 21 minutes a game. Obviously not a focus on this team just yet, but he is going to work here. I'm sorry to break thought there. Some guys just get up for the big games. They just get up for the big games. And Demir Dance ain't his weakness.
I'm telling you, he's been doing this all year. He's been doing this all year. Another really talented big. I will say, Britton, we got a charge there. Another charge called on Notre Dame. And Coach Shrewsbury is once again furious. Looks like he might be narrowly avoiding attack on that one. But, you know, I'll make the statement, Yells. I actually think that the crop of big men we're seeing in SimWorld U right now as a whole, another block there. That's your guy Credence right there. But this crop of big men here in SimWorld U right now is better than we've seen in a long time as a whole across the country. There are a lot of guys who can get it done down there.
Ooh. Tickle the twine. You can play by yourself. You can play with me, but don't play cheap. Play to young buckets. And see, to your point, Siege, and maybe I'm just biased, what I'm loving about the big men in SimWorld U this season, what I'm seeing is that they're playing traditional big man game in most scenarios. It's the return. It's the return. Shout out 3 Stacks and Outcast, but it's return to the big man.
Actually, I read an article earlier before the season started about if this season could be kind of that turning point where we see kind of a migration back to traditional big man play. I mean, you look around, just to name a few, I mean, you see guys like Demir Dance, but you see more high-profile guys like Jamison Johnson, Lamarian Sherwood kind of being the stars of the nation right now. You see those guys. You see a lot more guys. Payson Corbin for Oregon. He's a great name. You see Maxim Bynum for Dayton. You see DeJuan Epps is a little less traditional of a big man. He's a lot more mobile than some of those guys, but another guy who's dominating on one of the best teams in the country. I mean, there's a plethora of guys, and SWBA teams are trying to figure out how they're going to kind of build around big men again.
You said you read that in the article?
I did.
You read, Siege? I'm kidding.
Just learned last month. Another 3 there. The Lobos, that's going to be Draco Whitford. One of the great names here in SimWorld U. Freshman out of California.
Yeah, it is. Draco. Hitting with that Draco from the corner. Just a 13-point game. A lot of people out there think that the game's over in this stage or this phase. A lot of basketball left to play.
A lot of ball. We got a lot of ball left in this one.
Not leaving that up, though.
Credence. I'm the big man. Credence Yeah, that might be one of my favorite names I've heard this year.
It's terrible.
Credence. His father was a huge Creed fan. It's the boy there after some great defense. I can only assume. And Credence makes the pass to Chris Griffin. Gets the bucket there. It's going to put Notre Dame back up by 17 here with 30 seconds left to go in this half.
Number 24 team in the nation on the ropes. The parity continues in SimWorld U.
Telling you, it's college ball. You can never really count anyone out. Not at all. Not on the road. Not at home. And this New Mexico team is struggling tonight. Another block for Credence. It's going to force a shot clock violation. I think that might be his 5th block of the night. He's going for record. No.
I'm gonna say right now, someone is someone's doing some crafty pin work in the statistician booth, because I'm seeing that he only has 3 here. I'm not buying it.
He's got 5.
There we go, 5.
Your stat book. Yep. Stat book, but Credence gets his nice little post work there as he gets the bucket. Notre Dame gonna go into the half up quite a bit. They're on a 3-game losing streak right now, but they look fantastic tonight. But let's talk about, Yells, if you're Coach Pitino, known far and wide, Coach Pitino, what are you telling your guys in the locker room? What are you trying to do to get back into this game in the second half?
Listen to me. Listen close. I hope you're listening in your locker room. Oh, Richard. Poor Richard. Pour yourself a drink. Loosen the straps on this team. Say, hey, this Notre Dame defense, at least on this night, is too much for us. You need to run. You need to run and gun. You got to find the easiest opportunities. It doesn't matter who gets them. You need to find easy opportunities at the rim, easy opportunities for 3. Legit 28%. 28%. Just get a shot off.
That's yucky.
For the love of God, just get a shot off.
That's yucky. Welcome back here. Notre Dame holding a 19-point lead over the Lobos, 24th ranked Lobos. Little ranked win for Notre Dame if they can keep this up after a 3-game losing streak. Yells, you talked about what the Lobos need to do before the half, before the break, get back into this one. But if you're Notre Dame, how do you hold this lead? How do you make sure you don't take your foot off the gas pedal?
I believe if you're playing with this kind of effort in the first half defensively, right? We see a lot of teams come out hot offensively, and the question is, how do you maintain that? Well, it's hard to maintain. It's a game of averages. The defense is effort. If you're coming out playing with this kind of intensity in the first half, maybe it's not something you carry from game to game. But within a game, I don't see a whole lot of that changing. It looks like the coach has switched to a zone here. They're getting very very diverse with their defense here. I think you just keep doing what you've been doing and what's been working, and that's all there is to it. I think they're gonna come down on the law of averages here because they shot a very hefty percent, but them holding the Lobos to 28%. That's not just New Mexico missing shots. That's defensive effort from Notre Dame.
That it is some effort there on the offensive end. Got 2 offensive boards on that possession, but ended up getting the foul on Damari Gay. And we'll see Chris Griffin go to the line. And I mean, I agree with you, but I also think you could call what Notre Dame did in the first half offensively, coming out pretty hot offensively, specifically for this team. They're already only about 15 points away from their season average total points, just with first half score. So you're hoping that that doesn't go away. Kind of the way they've been playing on offense. I think, to me, you're right, the defensive intensity will remain, even though it's an interesting switch to switch up your defense. You're playing so well on that side, but I think they have to continue doing what they were doing on offense, taking their time, making the right passes, and taking good shots. I think they got to keep taking good shots. I think when you're up this much, it's easy to slip into, we've got such a cushion. They got to keep playing the exact same game on offense, and that's a steal there for Chris Griffin on the other end. That's a high percentage one. Chris Griffin gets it to go on the fast break.
Yeah, that was all started by the freshman, Plachi Young, with the big time steal in the outlet pass. But here's the thing, though. Why would they stop playing smart? They're playing on the inside. They're running it through their bigs. There's a big shot from Ireland early. I'll ask you a question, Steve. What have you seen from the New Mexico Lobos defense and how the first half played off that makes you think that they can stop Notre Dame's big in any way and capacity through the second half of this? Anything?
Nothing at all. Nothing at all. We didn't talk about it going into this game. Okay. I mean, Taz Cooper can be a force inside. That's Kristen again doing work inside. Taz Cooper is a force inside for sure, but he doesn't have a lot of help when it comes to the interior. We mentioned Damari Gay. He is not the toughest guy. He's not one of those tough guys defensively, and he also only stands 6'9". They don't have a player over 6'9" on this roster, and they only have 2 guys who are 6'8" and over. So this size was going to be an issue for them, especially going up against guys like Demir Dance. And I mean, I'm not even going to tell you that I expected Credence Kristen to have the game that he's having right now. I did not. He's a good big, but he is playing out of his mind tonight, playing incredibly well when the lights are on. And it just seems that this size issue has been a problem for them, offensively, defensively, all around the court. And we saw it at its worst when Taz Cooper was off the floor. So he might have to play the entire second half if I'm the Lobos, him and Ireland early, just to give us a chance to come back in this one.
Basketball is a game of matchup, Siege. I think we're seeing that right now. We have not seen it throughout the season, and people think there's been fluke games and what have you, which happens. But basketball is a game of matchups, and I believe this is a testament to that right now.
I do love a fluke game, I'll tell you that. I'm going to watch it. Near Dance and bringing it up for the Lobos, running some action. See, you can always see Ireland early running around the court there. He comes off a down screen, had an open shot, passed it up. The Lobos are going to keep their offense operating, trying to find the best shot available. Mari Gay gets the 3 to go. That's a 6'9" big man stepping out doing that. He does shoot 50% from the 3 on the season. This team as a whole is 4th in the nation. 39% of the team from the three-point line.
Who's over there? He's walking.
So, what have I missed?
Welcome back here. Lobos 17-point deficit, 17 minutes left in the game. But hey, I know that you like hoops. And this Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern, We've got West Coast takeover, some high school action, SimWorld prep circuit action. We got that tourney out on the West Coast with the big stars and the bright lights and all of that. So it should be a really good event. Please don't forget to tune into that one. We're going to see a lot of incredible SimWorld U prospects in that. Probably some scouts out at that event, as you would always expect. I mean, Yells, I believe you'll probably be in attendance. I know you're a prep junkie.
Oh, you know it. Matter of fact, oh, you didn't know? Your ass better call somebody, because I will be there. I will be there. Mr. A himself will be in the building. Siege gets so excited about that he gets unplugged from the booth. Siege, gather yourself, sir. Get yourself together. Meanwhile, New Mexico building some momentum here. It's down to a 15-point game. Siege, you back plugged in there, man? You like hearing about Mr. A so much you just kind of lose your composure or what?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
As we see DD go to work doing his due diligence here, and then Taz Cooper being held at bay by Archer Baldwin.
Archer Baldwin, you mentioned he likes to post up. He's a tough defender for his size as well. Another block for Kristen. Tally another one. Make sure the stats guys are on top of this one. That's his 6th.
I really think they're shorter than one so far. I'll stand by that.
Always a conspiracy.
I will politic for him after this one. I will go to bed. But I don't think he's done here.
Po-politicking for him.
Po-politicking. Go check out the podcast. It is great. Cross-collaboration coming soon.
Ooh, some po-politicking in SimWorld. I like it. Kristen with another offensive board. We truly are seeing the gold standard of interior basketball on both ends of the floor here from Notre Dame tonight.
Ball's going the other way. I don't know how many of my blocks of the game there could be. There's at least, by my count, 8 blocks of the game so far, as Notre Dame has 8 on the night. New Mexico now up to 33% on the game, though.
Not a great look for this team. Not a great look. Struggling offensively, and I don't even want to say, I mean, they are struggling offensively, but I give 90% of the credit on that one to this Notre Dame defense. I'm going to be honest, and I mean no hate by this. I'm genuinely shocked by the way that Notre Dame has come out and played tonight. In the best way. In the absolute best way.
Starts on the defensive end. A lot of kids on this team. You know, they come from some tough upbringings. There's some hard-nosed, absolute hard-nosed kids on this squad, and it's showing on the court. You have, Demir Dance. He has just kind of looking over some notes. He gets frustrated after games. And said that his locker back at school has multiple dents in it. He punches the locker, he gathers himself, and he rallies his team. But after losses this season, He's punched that locker. He's taped the hand up, took the bandage off the following day, says, let's go back to work. You got Shedrick McLeod, who still currently volunteers at his local school hospital, the local children's hospital where he's from in Indiana, giving back to the community. So a lot of guys that they have a lot of heart, a lot of passion for what they do, and that's at the heart of playing defense, and you're seeing it tonight.
You are a passionate play from Notre Dame tonight. And like you said, some guys, when the lights turn on, when the moments are the biggest, when you're on national TV, some teams can just turn it on, and this Notre Dame team is proving to be one of those teams.
This will be their 10th game on the season. The question is, I know a lot of our colleagues, a lot of sports media and journalists, they are in love with Ireland Irving, who's been virtually absent in this game, minus a few big shots. But his inability to create his own shot, the fact that this New Mexico team has only played a couple of games so far this season, and just really just riding the momentum of last season, where they had, an exceptional year at 33-3. But they were only able to peak out at the 25 in the SP 25. What is the real, strength and power of this team? Are they really a top 25 team at all in the first place?
No, they're not. I think the star power of Ireland early gave them a little credit with the media. They won their last 2 after falling in their first game. But I think there's a lot to figure out for this New Mexico squad, and I think they had better be on the recruiting trail, because there's a lot of holes that need fixing in this roster. There's about to be another gaping one, 2 gaping holes. In my opinion, Taz Cooper very well could stay. I know he loves the community here in New Mexico, but I think he's going to get a chance at the SWBA. He might stay, but I know there's going to be one big hole, because Ireland early is out of here.
Yeah, he's good as going. That's your leading scorer. Question is, and it's look, I've spent a little bit of time here in Albuquerque, and by little, I do mean a little. I've been in and out here for a purpose in my younger years. Great facility, great coach in Rick Pitino here, Richard Pitino, excuse me. But who all wants to come to New Mexico? Is this a recruiting ground for kids? Is this a team that kids want to come to help build some tradition, or have the opportunity to be that guy as the number 1 will be leaving? Do you want to come play alongside a big man like Taz Cooper, who's willing to pass the ball and get you open, play alongside you, and you build something here? All these kids are all looking for blue bloods. They're willing to go sit on the bench for 1 to 3 seasons. That's the question.
There's a different fit for everybody, different strokes for different folks, But there's Notre Dame squad. If I'm a recruit watching the Notre Dame squad, I'm kind of excited about the idea of going there, because they've got guards who are good, but they don't necessarily. If I'm a guard who is a scoring guard, I'm looking at a team that could use a little spark plug type guard next to these impressive bigs. And if I'm a big,
you say that, there's another one. Kristen the senior, Demir Dance senior, Chris Griffin senior.
They're going to need big men too, and I like the way they play through their big men. I'm about to say, anyone looking at this Notre Dame squad, which does have a pretty rich basketball tradition, they've been known to be a good program for quite a while. This is a place that you can make a name. You can be a part of a really good system, and Coach Micah Shrewsbury has proven to be a pretty good coach over his time here.
Yeah, if you're
another one.
This is impressive. At this point, it's almost as if they're just throwing the ball up there, and they're playing volleyball at this point. But I would just have to say, if your name's Shrewsbury, you better be good at something. You got to.
Well, interestingly enough, this win, if they hold on to this, which let's presume they do, will actually make him 500 in his career in the wins and losses column. 55 wins, 55 losses if they hang on to this one. It'll put them at 4-6 on the season. Break that losing streak they've been on. Could be a turning point for them in this young SimWorld U season. Try and get hot going in the conference play for Notre Dame. Alley-oop attempt's not going to go. McLeod can't get anything right there.
That might be the most open shot that New Mexico has had all night right there.
It absolutely was, and it did not go in. And that's going to be a red flag. A big old fat red flag. Notre Dame back with it, still running their patient offense. Not rushing, just kind of milking the clock. Time's on their side. Nicholson with the foul there. Going to send Notre Dame to the line. Just got to be a tough night. And oh, he is not happy. I wouldn't be happy either. This game is not. Look. I'll tell you what. I've personally loved watching Notre Dame play basketball tonight. I think people expected maybe a little more of a tight matchup tonight. And I know these home fans here in the pit, which is known well for its rowdy fans. They have not been super rowdy tonight. Have not had a lot to be rowdy about.
Not at all. rather quiet, makes sense. It's just one of those nights. It happens. It happens. Can anything happen? We have seen all types of things happen here in SimWorld U, but this one just the defense has been demoralizing, absolutely demoralizing. As I watch this Notre Dame team though here, and I take a little look around here. Breaking into the top 25, not likely.
Nope.
Big time win here, but in conference play, you got Duke, clear top team there, 10-1, doing what they're doing Cooper Flag things, doing Roderick Little, and everyone else on that team, Jeremiah Minor. How can I forget him? You got Georgia Tech emerging, looking exceptionally good, climbing all the way up the SP top 25 thanks to Dante Walker. Outside of that, there's been a lot, and I do mean a lot of inconsistency from teams that we thought would be a lot better. Talking about the North Carolinas, the Louisvilles, the Virginias. Obviously, don't even get me started on the Miamis of the world. And then you got Syracuse sitting at 0-6 to start the season. Notre Dame, if properly seeded, and then come conference play, they could really shake some things up in the ACC.
That they absolutely could. And it's funny you mentioned Syracuse, because you talk about Syracuse, and they're still recruiting really well somehow. That's what you get when you have a rich basketball tradition. You get guys like Kean Anthony and Tyree Moy committing, even when you're having an 0-6 season. But talk about our impact player of the game here. Credence, Kristen, and you know what? You're not going to get any argument from me on that one. Not a single argument.
10 points, 9 rebounds, 2,723 blocks. He's been getting it done in this game.
3 of those rebounds, offensive rebounds. So a third of his boards have come on the offensive end, which is impressive.
Out-muscling this New Mexico team.
And it just, at this point, if you're New Mexico, I've seen crazier things than a 22-point comeback.
That's a beautiful
pass. And look at that pass. Look at the finish. Look at the cut. And New Mexico is, you might as well start the bus. 36 points with 8 minutes left to play. They're a top 20 scoring team over a short sample size of only 3 games, averaging 75 points per game. I'm not sure they're going to pass the 50 mark tonight, Yels.
No, I'm not sure they're going to pass the 40 mark. and that's not a joke.
Yeah, all right.
That is not hyperbole. They've been incredibly challenged. If that's the shot that you're forced to take, think about this, Siege, while you think I'm being dramatic, which a lot of people are, and I can be. My God.
Jesus Christ.
Have some type of sympathy or credence, please.
All right, that was good.
When you have a team that is up, let's do some quick math here, 26, and they're still competing at this level defensively, that's terrifying. Why? I have no reason to believe that New Mexico, simple math says they can score at least 4 more points, but defense here has said that New Mexico is struggling, and Notre Dame is doing everything in their power to contest every single shot there. You saw no easy buckets. Ireland early open. The Notre Dame defense probably had about 8 feet to close that gap, and they did to contest that shot.
You mentioned how they're still playing this intense defense up this much, and I think they seem to be playing with a chip on their shoulder. 3-6 on the year. That's not what they expected this year. On a 3-game loss streak, now they're on national TV. I think most people expected New Mexico to win this one, and some people may not have expected it to be close. But even Vegas had New Mexico as 8.5-point favorites in this one. And Notre Dame has come out with a chip on their shoulder, and they're showing what they got. And I am hoping that they can take this win, use it as momentum and something to build on going forward. The chemistry between Demir Dance and Credence Kristen tonight has also been sensational. Combined for 30 points on the night.
No words for this one. You see Ireland early, and there's another block on the night. If the one don't get you, the 2 will. I've heard the nicknames out there in Notre Dame. That's a tough shot there. Whatever you can do to get to 40. I've heard the nicknames though. They call them CC and DD. I hear the D is squared because that's what they're doing. They're D'ing up Amir Dance and Credence Kristen. Throw Chris Griffin.
Yeah, I mean, look.
And I'm not sure how you say it. Leonide McLean. And even Archer Baldwin. I mean, they're on a string. You can tell their commitment to one another, their commitment to the defensive strategy, and to their coaching by how they're playing tonight.
I mean, we can talk about how great New Mexico is. There they go. They reach 40, Yells. I hope you're happy, but look, we just had a game end. Just had someone in my... I'm actually not happy about it, but I'll tell you what you might be happy about. You talked about the Miamis of the world with way more talent than their success is showing. You got Tennessee who's nearing that. Well, I mean, they're nowhere near as bad as Miami has been this year, but hey, their game just wrapped up against one of the undefeated teams left in SimWorld U, number 19 San Diego State, who a lot of people have said just haven't played a lot of tough competition, but San Diego State pulled off the upset against Tennessee just now. A buzzer beater 3 from Jameer Garth Hubler.
You better learn his
I'm gonna have to ask you.
You better learn his name.
I'm gonna have to. I better learn his name after that. Game-winning three-pointer. San Diego State survives, remains undefeated with Princeton, and I talked about it on Take It As You Will today, Yells. I don't know if you watched, but they do have a matchup coming up later in the season. How crazy could it be if these two teams remain undefeated up until that point?
Yeah, not likely. I'm hoping for it though, as we continue to see Notre Dame. I mean, it feels like watching. A collegiate player play against, like a 7-year-old right now. I am not.
That's so mean.
I don't want to be insulting, but they're literally just bullying their way to the basket. But yes, I think he got another hand on that. I think that's another block. I think it was. But yeah, big time win. I saw it come across my screen as well. Guys do a great job of sliding some notes over here. Tennessee, yeah, I tell you what, if they continue to find themselves in the top 25, I riot just as hard as I did when John Cena would keep the belt in WWE match after match. I am going to go to headquarters on SP. I'm going to take Maestro with me, so you know it's going to get crazy. That's all I can say. San Diego State, kudos to them. Big time win. Notre Dame on their way to a big time win here.
I'm sure you just made a threat on live TV.
I didn't. It was a joke. FCC, SP25. These are all jokes. Disclaimer. TikTok, this is for entertainment purposes only. TikTok, this is for entertainment purposes.
He's got a tattoo of the SP logo on a place where the sun doesn't shine, so you know he's not going to be doing that.
Hey. Let's talk a little something here. We haven't quite gotten there tonight. We got about 3 minutes. We get 5 more live viewers in here. We're gonna do 1,000 EM giveaway. The micro giveaways are on. Invite your friends. Invite your husband. Hide your girl. Hide your wife. Tell your girl. Tell your wife. Tell your side. Do what you gotta do. Tell your friends. Tell your bros. Tell your. I think I'm all out of those words here. Let everyone know. Make sure we get them locked in, tuned in our streams. That's the only way we can grow this thing, and we can evolve and expand your platform as a media member, as a writer, as a coach, as a player. But 5 more views here, 5 more live viewers here. We got 1,000 EM giveaway. It's gonna be jumped off only here in SimWorld.
Only here in SimWorld. Nowhere else.
Gold standard.
Yeah. Gold standard. Nowhere else. Don't even try it. But Notre Dame just kind of wrapping this one up. 23-point lead. We're just under 3 minutes to play in this one. I mean, what a game. What a game. We keep talking about the bigs and their defensive impact. Offensively, Jameer Dance and Credence Kristen have combined for 32 points and 20 rebounds, 8 blocks, and are shooting a combined 16 for 24 in the field.
Shedrick McLeod, 4 blocks. Just everybody's involved.
Add him to the mix. Add him to the mix. Why not?
I got to ask you a question, a little bit of time we have left. If you're a SimWorld U player on another team, Are you watching this game, or if you had the chance, let me back out. If you had the chance to watch this game, does it change anything when you get ready to match up against this team? You saw how dominating they were on the inside, right? There's something to be said when you see players hit shots. You say they're tough to guard, what have you. But defensively, when you watch a team compete like this and make things as hard as they have on the interior, do you think that the kids have any thought about that at all? It plays into the future.
Absolutely. I mean, if you're a coach who's got a game coming up against this team, your scouting has changed, taking them a little more seriously. If you're a good coach, you were taking them seriously anyways. I mean, if you're a player on this team, you build a lot of confidence. If you're a player who has to go up against this team, you're definitely looking for ways to get around that defense that they've been playing. I mean, this changes a lot. Again, nationally broadcasted game. You got a lot of eyes on this Notre Dame team right now, and they're making a statement that they are better than their record.
So numbers lie.
Numbers can be deceiving. I wouldn't say numbers lie because there are some numbers that are not lying. You look at this team's numbers for the year. One being they are top 10 in the nation in offensive rebounds, 10 a game. Another number being that they are one of the best defenses in the country, allowing less than 60 points a game. They're top 10 in that as well. And they are 12th in the country, almost top 10 in forced turnovers per game at about 11 a game. Notre Dame on this one only has, New Mexico in this one only has 5 turnovers. It's crazy when you look at the score. They did a good job of mitigating that, but I mean, the defensive numbers have not lied for this Notre Dame team. I think this offense is just getting it together. The numbers were deceiving going into this game.
Numbers can do more than deceive. They can actually actively lie. I can testify to that as I got to watch James Harden for a number of seasons in Houston. Well, I tell you what, New Mexico has been kind. Albuquerque has been kind to us tonight, Siege. Where are we eating after this?
Where are we eating after this? I don't know. I'm going to have to build my appetite back up after watching this one, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. I did get an invite to what I hear is one of the best restaurants in the area. Maybe you've been here. I feel like you always say you've been everything here. But called Church Street Cafe. Little Church Street Cafe. It's in a church. The church.
Nope, haven't been there.
A lot of Mexican cuisine. Apparently got invited to eat there for free after this, so we're going to take him up on that.
Okay, I'm down. We can always hit up Jalen. Jalen knows this area very well. I know you had a chance to have him on the post up. I don't know if he's willing to talk to me tonight, but I'm sure some drinks can work that out. So, Jalen, if you know where to go, let us know, man.
We're on Church Street. It's in a cathedral. Beautiful.
Yeah, not on a Wednesday for me, Steve.
Oh, we're going. Got invited. It's free food.
I don't know about you. SimWorld TV had me comped. I'm not sure what you got going. What kind of deal you got, Siege? But
Yes, I'm Jewish. Okay, in theory I could burn when we walk into this place, and I'm taking the chance. So you're gonna come with me.
All right, that's enough. We're gonna get out of here. We appreciate everyone tuning in with us tonight. In what has been a blowout, great win for Notre Dame. Bad loss for New Mexico. We are back in action tomorrow on ESPN. Make sure you're tuned in for us. SimWorld Sports. It's the only place where you can see the game, be the game. Peace.
This has been a presentation of SimWorld Sports.